A human skull found in the desert. Swingers get haunted. Mysterious explosions no one seems to be able to explain. And diving into the most haunted lake in America.
Get comfortable. Turn off the lights. It's Monthly Spooky.
Welcome back, my spookies. It is indeed that time of the month. It's Monthly Spooky. I'm, of course, your host, Enrique Couto, here with my good buddy and co-host, Michelle. Michelle, how are you doing?
I don't know. Do you want me to say bad like last time?
If it's true, I guess.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, on the plus side, you're very cold.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's always good.
That's a win, right?
Yeah, sure.
This has been one of the weirdest springs, I swear. Out here in Ohio, we keep having like false springs.
Yeah.
Where, it gets to be 70 degrees and then like 4 days later, it's like, oh, never mind. It's below freezing at night.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because I've heard a lot of people, because Ohio, I think most places love to think that they have the market cornered on unpredictable weather, which is hilarious because weather is deeply unpredictable.
Yeah.
I've always had that saying, you know what they say, predicting the weather is kind of like predicting the weather. Because I can't think of an example of something hard to predict other than the weather.
Yeah.
But so we hear a lot of people saying, oh, that's Ohio for you. And I'm like, no, I've lived in Ohio the majority of my life. 2 or 3 false springs is totally normal.
Mm-hmm.
But we gotta be in the double digits at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. We don't call them false springs.
What do you call them?
We don't have a term for that. That just is warm and then it's not warm.
Wow, you really don't use the term false spring?
No.
Huh. Because that's like the perfect term for it. False spring.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, this is spring. Just the weird thing.
It's just happening. A cold spring.
No, it's doing its thing. It's weird thing where sometimes it's really hot and sometimes it's really cold. I mean, more so than usual, but that's I don't have any way to describe it except for that.
Wow, you guys are really lively with your, trying to decode the mysteries of life.
Yeah.
That's a bad job you guys did. It's a pretty bad job. I mean, I'm just telling you. But it's been really weird. Like, it was super warm when I went to Columbus for the Oddities Expo.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get there and all of a sudden it's like, actually at night it's going to be like 43 degrees.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, cool. I don't even have a jacket. Like it's really, that's a bit colder than I was prepared for. So it's been interesting. Now it's been fun because, and this is okay. So this is why I truly noticed like we don't have this many false springs. You should just start using it over there. To make it happen for you guys.
No, I don't want it.
I'm just trying to help. You don't want any help if it comes from Ohio.
Yes, exactly.
Like the concept of Ohio, not because I'm in Ohio.
But I know.
I don't know why. All we want to do is help.
You always say that, but every time I take Ohio's advice on something really tragic happens.
Can you name one example?
Remember that time where everything exploded that one time?
Like everything in the universe?
Yeah. You don't remember that. It's okay because I fixed everything afterwards.
Okay, fine. That one, I guess, is a good example.
Yeah.
Jeez. But the thing that's really made me realize, like, wow, we just keep tipping the temperatures is usually maybe a couple of times a year I will have to, like, in the same week, run my air and run my heat.
Mm-hmm.
But, I try to resist it. We all do. We all try to be like, I'm not turning on the air conditioning until blah, or I'm not turning on the heat until blah.
Mm-hmm.
We all kind of pull that. But, like, I just, because of the last month and a half, it's normal. I just look at the weather report at night and decide which thing I need to set my system for before I go to bed.
Wow.
Because I'll be like, oh, it's going to get really, really cold. Huh, like really cold. I guess I should have the heat on in case the house gets that cold, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But it's also been nice because I can be pretty frugal. I'm not like you. Like you'll literally just be like, I will die. And then you do this to save money.
Yeah.
But I will be like, ooh, you know, the low is going to be 48. I doubt the house will even get that. You know, probably the house will probably only get to about 60 degrees internally. So I'm going to see if I can like not heat it so that the house will stay cool when it gets warm outside again. Like I'm trying to like ride the temperatures.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's one thing. Like today, like the heat won't come on because it's not that cold, but the air conditioning will not come on either. So I'm like, yeah, I'm saving money.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. I was introducing Rachel to Extreme Cheapskates. She'd never seen an episode of Extreme Cheapskates. Have you ever watched that?
No.
Oh, you'd love it. You'd love it. Because it's not just people who like to save money, but they're mentally ill for it.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
It's pretty fun. But she had just never seen anything like this. I mean, people, you know, flossing with their own hair to not spend money on dental floss and stuff.
Huh.
Really, there's a lot of weird stuff in there. And it was funny because I was talking to my mother about that because she taught me how to be cheap. And then she claims I'm cheaper than her, but she taught me how to be cheap. And there was one guy who he was like, weather stripping saves, you know, a ton of money in the house. So I made my own, and it's like plastic bags, like, you know, grocery bags. He's like stuffed into the corners. And my mom was just like, what the hell? Like, weather stripping costs like $9 and it'll do a better job and look better. Like, there's no downside. It's just not a lot of money. Like, it really isn't.
I think it depends on how poor you are. Because I've seen
aren't
people.
Poor. That's not the way that works.
Fine.
That's the definition of a cheapskate is they have like a job and they make regular money and they just will not part with it.
Okay.
So no, I agree. Like, there's a point. But when I was growing up, like, my mother's attitude was always like, if this really janky solution that's cheap doesn't look horrible and won't fail all the time, then we'll do it. You know, like, she wouldn't duct tape something if there was some way to fix it properly, unless it was out of sight. Then it was like, that's fine. You know, like, then we'll, you know, oh, it's the back of the couch, just tape it and be done.
Yeah.
Like, but if it was the front door, she would be like, I'm going to figure out how to get some wood putty and just fix it. Because then it'll actually be fixed. I won't have to see how pathetic my existence is every time I look at it.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So that's kind of like the line that they're not quite walking as much. And the best part about that show is it's not like Hoarders or something where they have a therapist come in. These people love being cheap. Like, this is their hobby. This is their favorite thing.
Of course.
So, oh man, my favorite was the guy who went on a first date. So he went to a funeral parlor to get flowers from the trash.
Wow.
Yeah. And then you would love it because it was in New York City. So he's at like a bakery and he's taking free samples of little tiny muffins, but he just keeps taking more and more. And this old lady who doesn't work there is like, stop it. Stop it. You've had enough. You have enough. Leave some.
Wow.
And the best part is the guy's like, just like, no, they're free. And he just keeps taking them anyway. This old lady's like, stop it. And then this other guy is just kind of like, why are you, what do you need all these muffins for? He's like, I've got a date tonight. He's like, oh, I'm sure it's going to go great. And I was like, God, that is the only time in my life I've ever missed being in New York.
Yeah, there you go.
Was that exchange? I was like, oh, I would love to have been the fourth person in that conversation. But it's funny because the sheer amount people will work to save things, save money, like filling your refrigerator with clothes in order to make the bill less. But also to clean your jeans because you can freeze jeans to clean them.
But that won't take the dirt off of them.
Well, no, to like clean them as far as like if they're dirty from like wear, like smelling bad and stuff.
Oh.
It like disinfects them because a lot of jeans you're not supposed to wash them. You're actually supposed to freeze them because it makes the denim last longer or something. So, but like stuff like that, collecting water, That's the one that always blows my mind is like they'll collect like rainwater and stuff. They're like, water's expensive. And then they're like, I'm pretty sure I saved like $200 a year. And I'm like, dude, you probably, my most use, my water bill was like $160 and a quarter. Mm-hmm. And that's like doing everything without trying to save. Like, you're not saving $200 a year by not drinking the water that comes to your house. I'm sorry.
So where's the water coming from? And
the rain or a creek. One guy built a thing to filter the water.
Wow.
I watched one lady, her husband built their own breast pump for their baby out of like stuff from the junkyard. I know, dude.
I like these people.
You might like you can watch it on YouTube. You should give it. They're 20-minute shows too, so they're perfect for while you're eating lunch and want to feel bad about the world, but superior in a way.
I don't want to feel superior. I think it's cool.
Well, some of them are pretty cool. But then there are stuff like, a mother helping her daughter get married and then like taking her to a wedding venue covered in like rat feces and her crying because her mom just doesn't care to spend money to make her happy.
I don't understand the context.
There's a wedding and she shows her the venue and it's just horrible. It's like disgusting. And and she just cries because like her mom just doesn't care.
Okay. Yeah.
So most of them are not like that extreme. Mm-hmm. There are funny ones. Like one guy, he collects little coffee creamers at the grocery store or at diners and stuff. Mm-hmm. He collects those and then fills a old water bottle with them and just has his kids shake them to make butter. So they never buy butter. That one was pretty clever because like one of the kids is like, I don't know, I'm just used to it. It's like what I do. I sit down and I just shake this while I'm talking to everybody. She's like, and the butter tastes really good. And I was like, okay, that one's pretty good. That's a good way to save some money. Yeah, but there's one guy who he refills all these bottles of water because his kids want bottled water, I guess. Mm-hmm. He refills them and then uses clear coat nail polish to make them sound like they're sealed, like they crack.
Oh, wow.
And the best part is he's like, they don't notice and I save money. And then all the kids are like, we know that those are not actual bottles of water. Like we know, like we're not fooled in the least. Aww. And it's like kids that are like 5 and 6. And then the kids who've already left to college, they're just like, yeah, we know. We absolutely know. It's not the same at all. And all I could think was, man, when I was a kid, it was like, I want bottled water. It was like, no, like there's a tap right there. Like drink that.
Yeah.
Deal with it. So, but that's been a fun distraction. I have no idea why I brought that up.
That's okay.
Oh, it was because of the saving electricity.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So as we're watching it, like, and we're seeing like these disgusting things. There's one lady who eats cat food instead of tuna because she realized it was cheaper, and that she like makes tuna salad out of it and stuff.
Wow, it's not much cheaper.
No, it's not much cheaper. At least not back then. But
yeah.
But every time something would disgust Rachel, I would just lean in and go, "See, all I do is ask you to shut the light off in your workshop." You see that? All I ask you to do is do a full load of laundry at a time. Like, I'm very reasonable. I just ask you to weather strip a door with me. I'm not that bad. So anyhow, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with the spooky news. But I want to mention as teased last month, our topic for this month is Lake Lanier out in Georgia, considered possibly one of the most haunted lakes in America, maybe even the world. So we'll be talking about that, but we'll come back with the spooky news because we got some doozies in the last month or so to share with you right after this. Welcome back. I'm very excited to talk about these news stories, because there's never a shortage of them. I'm starting to really realize that now that we do the show every month. Mm-hmm. There's plenty to have. So let's dive in to the spooky news.
The spooky news.
So this one is from our good friends at mirror.co.uk.
Oh.
And this headline alone, this was perfect. So, and Chell, I think you'll really like this one because it involves two things you're definitely familiar with. The headline reads, "Builders spooked at Swingers Club as paranormal activity reported during renovation work."
That's so many things.
I know. Right?
Yeah.
An adult nightclub that formerly housed a bank has become the focus of an eerie investigation. The alternative venue, featuring a relaxed bar area and a bondage dungeon, is reported to have a horrible atmosphere. These are all those three words, like in one sentence, were all in quotes.
That's so weird.
Horrible atmosphere in certain sections, which emerged following recent refurbishment work.
Mm-hmm.
Paranormal investigators and ghost hunting specialists arrived at Vault 72 in Plymouth, Devon, after the proprietor reported, quote, things happening, when a connecting wall to neighboring premises was breached.
Oh. Is that because those people now have to deal with all your weird stuff going on?
Or is it because their ghosts snuck into your place? Because
maybe, yeah.
A doorway links two separate structures, Vault 72, previously a bank, and a long abandoned residential building where a family vanished from the records.
Oh, I guess. They probably just went somewhere else, I guess.
Nobody wrote it down because they forgot.
Yeah.
Quote, ever since we knocked through that wall, said nightclub owner Andreas Drosiadis, things started happening. I think we're onto something. The ghosts from that place, which I love the idea. It's like, well, look, ghosts can't go through 3/4-inch drywall. They just can't.
Well, it's a firewall probably. So it's like also a ghost wall.
Is that like one of the things you've learned inspecting is like, this is a ghost rated firewall?
Uh-huh. Like, and because ghosts can they can even go to different houses if they want, but not through a ghost-rated firewall.
You just have to hope the ghost doesn't figure out it could go out the front door and then over across and through your front door.
Sometimes they're smart like that, but not all of them, so.
Unfortunately, ghosts can't leave the premises unless it's a loophole, like you share a doorway.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Recent refurbishment of the property is believed to have triggered a disturbance. There's so many air quotes.
I'm so confused.
There's so many quotes. Employees and construction workers have shared accounts of doors opening independently alongside a sensation of dread on the upper floor. Perhaps the most disturbing of all.
What is happening?
I don't know. Of all, a brick was thrown at a builder. Wow.
What? Why is that in quotes?
While work was underway, breaking through the mysterious sealed doorway as the nightclub undergoes expansion. The worst are when it's single words in quotes. Because that's when because I get like maybe thrown at a builder is because somebody claimed that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But like mysterious disturbance. Like, what the hell is happening?
I guess the person who wrote this does not believe any of it. So they're just like, eh.
Or something. I don't know. Quote, ever since we knocked through that wall, said nightclub owner Andreas Drosiadis, things started happening. Wait, did I already read that? Sorry, I already read that part. At least I said his name okay. Quote, we plan to join the two buildings to create a new, bigger venue. But something doesn't like what we're doing, Andreas said. So they're going to combine the buildings, which first of all, mazel tov to them for having such a successful swing club that they can expand into an abandoned apartment building.
Yeah.
And what a great way for people to find out about your kink club. Like you could be sitting there reading it in front of your wife and be like, oh yeah, there's a ghost or something. Isn't that spooky? And then just like highlight the address. But so apparently they're claiming now it's more like that the ghost became aware it's going to be a single building now. So like, oh, well, we're allowed over there if they're under the same ownership then. Like that's different. The auspices have changed. Well,
I mean, it's also possible that the ghosts weren't aware of the other building and I don't know.
Possible. I don't know. On Tuesday, March 31st, a team of paranormal investigators from Shadow Tour Paranormal, who've explored numerous sites through Devon and Cornwall, visited the well-known venue. to discover what otherworldly activity they might encounter. And things turned decidedly weird.
Yeah.
Vault 72 is Plymouth's premier alternative LGBTQ plus friendly bar with a passion for kink. According to their website, the establishment serves as a, quote, social hub for like-minded people who are open to exploring alternative lifestyles. Once a bank many years ago, the walls remained sheet metal dotted with rivets, while the original bank vault door, manufactured by Chubb London, still stands as a testament to the building's most formal past.
Okay.
Chubb London, that's a good name for a company.
Mm-hmm. But also, like, this is a lot of information that feels like, why?
Because they're always advertising to us, basically.
I guess, yeah.
Quote, this is one of the most unusual places we've had to ghost hunt, said Matt Bear Clark from Shadow Tour Paranormal. There's a sex dungeon. They bleaked out sex. That's not an offensive term.
It's because of like places like TikTok and stuff where like you can't say certain words or you get like hidden, I guess.
Yeah, or so at least you can't say them in the first 5 or 6 seconds minimum. Like sometimes it's entirely because when I do my TikTok posts and stuff, I sometimes get so fucking frustrated by the amount of baby talk you have to use to talk about anything a grown up.
Yeah.
That's why I try not to do true crime on there anymore because it's just impossible. I try to only do like folklore. Because I did one once, and at the end when I plugged Weekly Spooky, I was like, make sure to check out the full episode on Weekly Spooky where I can talk to you like adults. Because I got so ticked off.
Yeah, it's weird because of that, and I think it's also like a Twitter X thing as well. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong. It's not. It's a bunch of them. But anyway, it's gotten weird. So in articles like this, you have people, not putting the entire word sex. But it happens on like Reddit too, and then people get really angry because it's like, why are you censoring sex or killed yourself?
Yeah, unalived, self-delete.
Yeah. Or pedophile, but you just put PDF.
File, yep.
Yeah.
Quote, there's a sex dungeon for a start. Matt, commonly referred to as Bear, has operated Shadow Tour Paranormal for several years, hosting regular investigations at sites in Cornwall and Devon. Quote, we've got paranormal tech, devices new and old, cameras set up, Bear outlined while at the premises on 31st of March. Quote, there's even a plan to do a group seance later on, which could be interesting. Bear was accompanied by author Jonathan Boakes and Four Bears Paranormal. Weird, he's called Bear, but then there's another place called Four Bears Paranormal.
Yeah, that he's not part of. Apparently.
No, he's not. Yeah, apparently not. But they're cool with each other. Who've also examined many of Devon and Cornwall venues for supernatural phenomena. As the investigators moved through the club and down the connecting passageway, they described a, quote, distinct change of atmosphere and appearance. Oh, yeah, almost like it's a different building.
Huh.
That was always a different building because it was a housing project first?
Yeah.
Of some sort? They observed the old forgotten, it's in quotes, forgotten house adjoining Vault 72 has been, quote, reduced to its bare bones as the place undergoes a transformation. Yeah, that's how renovations work.
That's how you do it.
Becky Chapman of Four Bears Paranormal said, quote, it's a great place, a really impressive old building. Loads of characters such as the old fireplaces and the original stairs.
I guess we're trying to sell it now as well.
I guess, but they already bought it.
Maybe now they're not so sure, so they're going to sell it.
The striking staircase indeed spirals up 4 stories from the distinctly unsettling cellar to the uppermost attic chambers formerly occupied by domestic staff. That does sound
cool. Big house. Yeah.
Well, it has to be a big house to like share a wall or whatever with a bank. It would have to be big.
It could be small. No. Why would it have to be big?
So it could fit in that like space. Like it would look out of place if it was a tiny little house next to big business buildings.
Sometimes that happens.
I don't think so. I'm going to call cap on that. I don't believe you. Elaborate cast iron fireplaces remain as echoes of grander days and the occupants who inhabited the historic property in bygone times. Andreas revealed a disconcerting detail about the abandoned dwelling. Quote, "It's had a strange history. There was a family here after it was built, and they vanished from the records. Then it was owned by the council until it was rented by the bank." Oh, it's got to be a big house if... Wait, was it ever a part of the bank? That's confusing.
It kind of sounds like it was part of a bank.
Or the bank bought it because it was adjoining and was using it for something. I don't know. Because clearly they didn't have like the walls were shared, but they didn't have like a pathway, apparently. Evidence of previous inhabitants became apparent as the team investigated further, uncovering fragments of vintage wallpaper and concealed painted lettering lurking within voids and plasterwork.
Oh. I guess.
Quote, "The basement is horrible," said Jonathan Boakes. "I spent a good half an hour down there feeling quite comfortable until my light pole went off." Light pole? Okay. I thought they called them torches.
They do. I don't know what a light pole is.
It's just a stick light. It's like the long tube light that you hold.
Oh.
I would just call that like a flashlight.
Yeah, me too.
Quote, "It had decent power when I went down to the basement, but it just switched off. That's not a comfortable feeling, being lost in the pitch black."
That's why you should bring another light pole just in case.
Yeah, always be a 2 light pole person.
Yeah.
Further technical difficulties and battery depletion persisted throughout the evening, leaving the team questioning whether something or someone was, quote, interfering with their equipment. At one stage, the team detected heavy footsteps on the old stairs, initially assuming Andreas was approaching to check on their well-being, yet nobody was present. Harsh statement about Andrea. He did not give a crap if they were alive or dead. Sorry about you. Becky explained, quote, "It was at least 6 steps coming in from the stairs down below. I thought it was a person until I looked. Forebears Paranormal deployed an array of ghost hunting equipment, instruments capable of detecting atmospheric changes, and spirit box radios, which, quote, mutter occasional words and phrases." Well, I thought you always had something to say about the spirit box.
No, they were right. They do mutter occasional words and phrases. I mean, that's what happens.
Andreas remains, quote, open-minded about the ghosts and spirits that may dwell in his club. Provided they leave him and his patrons in peace, he's happy to coexist. He said, quote, "I don't know what the ghosts make of our club, but I'm sure some of them enjoy it. Maybe they just want to have some fun."
Maybe they're just interested.
Yeah, maybe they're just perverts.
Yeah.
Ghost perverts.
Finally. They get to do what they always wanted to.
Exactly. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to talk about one of the world's oldest animals. Right after this. Well, we're back, and Michelle?
What?
This article from Huffington Post, I'm pretty sure, is talking directly to you.
I mean, most of them are.
That's true, but most of them are telling you to, like, shoot Gerald Ford or something. They're not telling you anything useful.
Oh, but I thought they were useful.
This headline reads, "Don't believe the rumors. The world's oldest tortoise is very much alive."
I knew about this.
Oh, yeah? You did?
Yeah, I knew he's alive.
I feel like I remember like 5 or 6 years ago hearing he was dead.
Oh, I heard recently that he was alive, but I didn't hear that he was dead. So...
Because I remember on Facebook somebody had shared like how sad they were that the world's oldest tortoise had died. And I commented, said, it is sad, but on the other side, that tortoise was really racist. Like really racist. That was my joke to it. Reports of the death of the world's oldest living land animal, a nearly 200-year-old tortoise, were greatly exaggerated.
He just was asleep.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, if he's not dead, that I guess that is an exaggeration.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan, believed to be 193. Okay, so how do we even know that?
Because we've been keeping an eye on him for 193 years.
Well, it's believed to be 193, so I bet we started 58 years ago. That would be my guess.
Maybe.
But I mean, I could be wrong. It's happened once before. Jonathan, believed to be 193 years old, is still kicking, albeit slowly, on the island of St. Helena.
Yeah.
Quote, "It was a hoax," Annie Dillon, head of communications on the island, told the Associated Press on Thursday about his alleged passing. "I don't have all those details. I can just assure you that he is very much alive." Oh, man. It's we're not going to show him to you. We're not going to show him to you. We're not going to show you any photos. We're not going to do anything to prove it, but he's fine.
He's fine. He's fine.
Yeah.
Or they bring him out and it's like a Weekend at Bernie's thing.
Oh, Weekend at whatever this tortoise's name is.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a name, does he?
He does. Yeah. He has a
Jonathan.
normal.
Yeah. Yeah, Jonathan. Weekend at Jonathan's.
Yeah.
News of the tortoise's demise spread rapidly on social media on April Fool's Day.
Oh, there you go.
I think the tortoise I was thinking of was one that was in an American zoo.
Oh.
Not 193 years old, but very old.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might have been what I was thinking of. An account on X falsely claiming to be that of Joe Hollins, a veterinarian who had worked with the reptile on the island of West Africa in the South Atlantic Ocean, said he was heartbroken to announce the death of the, quote, gentle giant that outlived empires, wars, and generations of humans.
Hmm.
The post quickly accumulated nearly 2 million views through Thursday, mostly an outpouring of condolences. But Hollins later said on Facebook that he didn't even have an X account and something more sinister was afoot.
Oh.
Sinister. I like if it's a prank or a hoax that's sinister, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any idea the amount of people who will die because people think Jonathan the tortoise is gone? Quote, "There is a hoax, not even an April Fool, going around," Hollins wrote. Quote, "The hoaxer is asking for..." Oh, it is a scam. The hoaxer is asking for crypto donations.
Oh. Why not gift cards? Jeez.
Yeah, what the hell? I guess we're too good for Google Play cards now?
Yeah.
Guinness World Records lists Jonathan a Seychelles giant tortoise as the oldest living land animal and oldest tortoise ever. He was believed to be around 50 years old when he was brought to St. Helena in 1882.
So it's longer than you thought.
Yeah, only a little.
Yeah.
Dillon said the tortoise was still roaming the grounds of the governor's residence on the island, best known as the place Napoleon Bonaparte was exiled following his defeat by the British at Waterloo in 1815.
Yay.
Bonaparte died there in 1821, about a decade before Jonathan is believed to have taken his first steps in what would become a very long life. Way to go, tortoise.
Yeah.
Way to still be alive.
Yeah.
My money was not on a crypto scandal though, or scam though.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
We're so sad about the loss of Jonathan, the 193-year-old tortoise. Buy Tortcoin to help support. And somebody was like, wait, last week they told me Tortcoin was to protect torty cats. What's going on here? It's all a lie. But I mean, I'm not shocked. That is the kind of scam that would be on X, but who thinks of that?
It just makes me sad. Yeah, because it could have been just a nice April Fool's joke without being malicious.
Yeah. Who sits down and goes like, what if we say the world's oldest tortoise is dead? I thought we could get donations.
Yeah. It's also like, you shouldn't pretend things are dead. That'll make people sad.
Yeah, especially if it's like your brother. You just pretend he's dead.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey,
Don't
sis, and you're like looking the other way. Just and then like they come over and they move the cup in front of you, and you go, ah! And you like run out of the room. That and then you come back in the room and go, if you send me 10 Bitcoin, I'll pretend you're alive again. That's good. I'll pretend you're alive again. I'm in a goofy mood today. It's been a long week.
Mm-hmm.
I was out of town 2 weekends in a row, so I had a lot to catch up on, including sleep. And I don't know about you, but my allergies have been insane.
Mine haven't been too bad. I don't know.
I was mowing the lawn and doing the edging the other day, and I was just like filling Kleenexes with just like that weird, you're clearly not sick, yet you have an immense amount of snot.
Were you blowing your nose while you were working?
I was stopping and getting a tissue because I didn't want to like snot all over myself.
Oh, you're just supposed to just let it run.
I wish I had that kind of confidence. I don't believe in myself like that.
It's okay, I understand.
But maybe I will if I buy enough tort coin and get those massive gains.
Yeah.
To the moon.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to talk about a haunted village in Britain. And why Michelle will almost certainly want to move there.
Yay.
Right after this. Michelle.
Yeah.
We're heading back to mirror.co.uk.
Wow.
The headline is Most Haunted Village in Britain, where 15 ghosts roam and screams heard after dark.
That's not that many ghosts.
How many do you have then?
Like more than 15.
Really?
Jeez. Yeah.
And they roam?
And scream after dark. I don't know why this is so hard for you to understand.
When I first read the headline, I thought it just said 15 ghosts roam and scream.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's really weird. But screams heard after dark, less weird, I guess.
I guess.
But I didn't realize you were so maggoty with ghosts. I am jealous.
Yeah.
You're very lucky.
Thanks.
You're a lucky young lady. During daylight hours, Pluckley in Kent appears to be your typical charming English village. However, don't let its delightful appearance deceive you, as once darkness falls, the village transforms into an extremely eerie location.
Yeah.
Ooh. If ghosts make you nervous, this might not be your ideal destination for Halloween. Tucked away in the Kent countryside, the village is home to just 1,000 residents. It's pretty small.
Yeah.
Living in a mixture of charming cottages and scenic country properties.
Okay.
Yet, alongside the living inhabitants, the village is believed to house 15 ghosts.
I mean, that's a relatively small portion of the town that are ghosts.
I feel like I think that's a high percentage. If there's 1,000 people and then there's 15 ghosts, I feel like that's a lot of ghosts.
That's not even 10%.
No, but are we supposed to have 10% by volume ghosts?
What is that, like 1.5% of the residents are ghosts?
Yeah, I think that's a lot.
I guess.
I mean, honestly, I didn't think ghosts were as common as like Jewish people in your neighborhood, but apparently they are. Jeez. Among its numerous haunted locations is the Screaming Woods.
Oh.
Which has named after Philip Screaming. No, which has drawn many courageous visitors recently, with people camping beneath the tree canopy. Oh wow, that's a creepy image. I'm going to show it to you. I think.
Okay.
I think I can.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool picture.
I mean, it looks like
cemetery.
A graveyard. Yeah.
Yeah. Very foggy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, kind of what I would expect from the English countryside.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple reports have emerged of the sound of screaming men and women once night arrives. These are believed to be the cries of those who perished after becoming lost in the woods.
They were just screaming?
Ah! Is that what you do when you're lost? That's what I do.
Oh. Is that what you're supposed to do? Is that how people find you?
Yes.
Oh.
Did you? Well, you missed that day in second grade, I guess.
Oh.
Remember, kids, and don't scream help. Just generally scream.
Oh.
That's how people know. Additionally, witnesses claim to have seen everything from spectral horse-drawn coaches to hanging corpses. In the haunted cemetery, people report hearing agonized screams from a dying man and a mourning mother.
That's sad.
Jeez. Below are some of the other spine-chilling, inexplicable sightings from Pluckley. The Highwayman hauntings. The aptly named Fright Corner is a road in Pluckley where the apparition of a highwayman is frequently observed. He's thought to be the spirit of a highwayman. He just keeps saying highwayman over and over again. Highwayman who met his death in the 18th century. Legend has it he clashed with the village peacekeepers, who reportedly pinned him to an oak tree with a sword.
Ouch!
Yeah, that was smart. Ghost enthusiasts claim the sword fight replays itself, always ending the same way.
Well, I mean, it's not going to end a different way.
No, that'd be weird. And then all of a sudden he would just be like, hey, I didn't die. And then somebody would walk by and go, hey, is that my grandpa? Like, because now he has grandkids.
Yeah, everything's fixed.
Yeah.
The timeline is different.
And you're like, I am. And then one of the ghost hunters would be like, and like stab him. And then the grandson would just like evaporate. It would be like, we have to protect the timeline, the spectral timeline. Whilst the woods might appear an ideal spot for a walk, Dickie Buss's Lane should be given a wide berth, according to accounts. There have been sightings of the corpse of a teacher who hanged himself. Rumors suggest he ended his life following World War I, with his body discovered by the miller Dickie several weeks afterwards.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Let's get into the screams of agony. To this day, witnesses claim to hear the bone-chilling screams of agony from the brickwork site. This is where an unfortunate brickworker met a gruesome death when crushed by a wall of clay.
Oh.
Oh, you mean like O as in OSHA? OSHA.
I mean, sort of. I'm just confused, like, what this wall of clay is there. What is it doing?
I'm guessing he was building the wall of clay. Because he was a brick worker. So.
Oh, I guess.
Or he was using the wall of clay to build the bricks or whatever.
I guess. Yeah.
The eerie sound of horses' hooves is regularly heard by residents in Pluckley. Villagers have also reported spotting a horse-drawn carriage on Maltman's Hill.
Yay.
One babysitter once described seeing the coach with light streaming from its windows, drawn by horses. In 1997, a motorist nearly crashed after hearing the clip-clop of hooves on cobbles whilst driving on a tarmac road.
Can you imagine that making you crash? You just hear a sound and you crash?
I mean, I can't imagine being British.
Oh. It probably wouldn't be, like, weird or anything.
Okay. Man, you really don't like the British. A cemetery is unsettling at the best of times, but Pluckies will make your blood run cold. The Red Lady is believed to haunt the graveyard of St. Nicholas, the local church. Lady Deering was laid to rest there during the 1100s, entombed in a lead coffin adorned with a single red rose. Local residents have reported sightings of her spirit drifting through the graveyard, desperately searching for her stillborn child's final resting place.
They should just tell her where it is.
It's kind of a running gag now. They're like, don't tell her. Don't tell her, okay? Which is harsh.
It really is.
It's pretty mean.
Yeah.
The charming Pinnock Bridge offers visitors a peaceful spot to admire the breathtaking landscape. However, you may find yourself sharing the space with a spectral gypsy woman.
Oh.
I mean, even a regular one would probably be like, I hope this doesn't make my day less good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Legend tells of how she earned her keep by selling watercress gathered from the stream below. The gypsy's apparition has been witnessed perched on the bridge, puffing on a pipe at the very location where she tragically perished in an accidental fire.
On the bridge?
So the bridge caught on fire?
And she died on the bridge?
I guess so.
Perching on the bridge when it was on fire?
Puffing on a pipe.
What's going on?
This is a lot. I'm not sure I understand.
I don't understand.
The atmospheric Blacksmith's Arms is reportedly home to 3 spine-chilling spirits. I think that's a pub. Amongst the supernatural visitors are a Tudor maid, a coachman, and a cavalier.
Oh.
Man, I hate when people use the word ghouls not literally, because that part was headlined as pub ghouls, and ghouls originally were like flesh eaters. So I was like, oh man, that sounds scary. And it's like, no, they're just ghosts. I'm like, oh,
Sorry.
like everything else, they're just ghosts.
Yeah.
It's like when I hear goblins and ghouls, I'm like, hell yeah, let's see some weird stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Richard
rough,
Dickey.
man.
What'd you say?
I said it's rough, man.
It's tough out there.
Yeah.
Richard Dickey Buss, who is said to have discovered the body of the hanged teacher, now allegedly haunts the village derelict windmill, the Pinnocks. Okay, so we mentioned earlier Dickey Buss discovered the hung teacher, so now Dickey Buss is also a ghost. So the guy who discovered that dead body is now himself a ghost. This place is maggoty with ghosts.
Yeah.
With 15 ghosts. See what I mean? When we read them out loud, this is a lot of ghosts.
It does feel like a lot of ghosts, but it's not.
But it's not. Dickey shut down the mill in 1930, and 9 years later it was obliterated by a violent storm when lightning struck. His ghost is believed to linger at the eerie site, typically appearing just before thunderstorms roll in.
Huh.
Ooh, the scariest one of all. The White Lady. At least when you work in customer service. The scariest one of all. A phantom known as the White Lady is said to roam St. Nicholas Church along with the library of her former family residence, Sarandon Daring. The grand house was destroyed in a fire in 1952. This sounds like a very flammable town.
Mm-hmm. Everything's just going on fire all the time.
Just on fire. Everything. Yeah, bridges, gypsy women who are selling watercress.
Yeah.
It's tough out there, man.
Yeah.
But her spirit has reportedly been seen from the U.S. Embassy, who used the property as a base between World War I and II. And finally, oh my God. Just when you think they can't get worse at mirror.co.uk, I haven't been reading the numbers, but this is number 10. Because it's numbered. Number 10, another man who took his own life is said to haunt Pluckley. A colonel who hanged himself in Parkwood is said to have been spotted wandering among the trees. Much of the area has been cleared, but his spirit remained. Now, number 11 is the mistress of Rosecourt is said to have taken her own life by eating a handful of poisonous berries. The house resembles a charming village home and is 250 years old. Then it's number 14. It just went from 11 to 14. No reason. It's just 11 to 14.
Wow.
Finally, number 14. 2 haunted pubs aren't enough for the most haunted village in Britain. The Daring Arms used to be a hunting lodge and is now said to be home to the ghost of a woman wearing a bonnet. That's what she gets. She's wearing a bonnet.
That's the whole thing. Yeah. Wow.
She has been spotted by numerous customers, and her spirit appears so vivid that she has been mistaken for a real drinker.
Oh.
Okay. We've been talking about getting a bonnet for the cat. Just putting E2 in a bonnet.
Why?
Oh, she's like a little baby in a bonnet.
Why?
I don't know. She'd probably hate it, is why.
Oh, okay. So you would just want to antagonize her.
It's not like she doesn't antagonize us.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you should do it too.
I don't know.
Be the bigger thing.
Mammal?
Yeah.
We'll see. We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, some people hiking in a remote desert make a chilling discovery. Right after this. Now we're heading to the desert.
Oh.
You have no feeling about that?
I don't know.
This is from People magazine or people.com. And the headline reads, Hiker finds human skull in remote desert area in California.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, apparently near a Joshua tree, because there's a picture of a Joshua tree.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Those are weird. I mean, they're cool.
Mm-hmm.
They're just unusual Joshua trees.
I guess.
I have nothing against them. I actually think they look really cool, but they're not like anything else for the most part. They're very odd when you first look at them. A hiker came across... What?
Oh, I just said yeah.
I'm going to get you a Joshua tree for Christmas.
I don't think it can live here.
Why? Like, you don't think you can find a job? Like, is the economy too weak?
Yeah.
A hiker came across a human skull while hiking in a desert area in Southern California. On the morning of Wednesday, April 22nd at 7:30 a.m. local time, officials received an alert that human remains had been found near Adobe Road and Baseline Road in 29 Palms, the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department said in a statement. A person had been hiking in the remote desert area and stumbled upon what seemed to be the skull of an adult human. How would you react if you were hiking along and you found a skull? A human skull.
I guess I'd be like, oh no. And then I'd want to touch it. And then I'd be like, no, you're not supposed to touch it. And then I'd call the police.
I was hoping, I had a feeling that was what would happen. Is you'd be like, oh no. Ooh, no.
Don't touch the skull.
The skull. But it's calling to me.
I have to know what it feels like.
And they're like, oh, I guess I could just touch my own head. Yeah. It's pretty good.
It's not the same because there's stuff on it.
There's stuff on it. We pick it off like a pizza you don't like.
Oh, yeah. I guess I could touch my teeth. That might be close enough.
That's close. It's kind of the same. Not really, though.
No.
Because your teeth aren't made of bone. They're made out of a other thing that's like bone.
Oh. But I don't have access to other bones.
I mean, maybe one day you'll have a compound fracture. You got to be positive.
Okay, fine. I can wait.
After deputies from the Morongo station arrived, they called in homicide detectives from the sheriff's office. Yay. Investigators searched the area and recovered the skull. Quote, the skull appeared to have been exposed to an extended period of time, for an extended period of time, the sheriff's department said. An extensive search of the area was conducted and the remains will undergo a forensic examination. Authorities shared no further details about the case, only saying that DNA results are pending. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department did not immediately respond to people's request for comment. An agency spokesperson told the Los Angeles Times that if the remains are not identified, the skull will stay in evidence as investigators wait for a missing persons report to be filed. The investigation may be reclassified as a cold case if the remains go unidentified, according to the paper.
I mean, that's how you do it, I guess.
CSI, Missing Skulls Unit.
Yeah.
Or whatever that song was.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
I'm old. What do you want? You know, that's what I like. I like Law and Order.
I know.
Well, we're going to head to, where is this? To New York State. This is a news report from WHEC. The headline is, what the hell is that? Webster police now investigating mysterious explosions and flashes of light caught on camera. Flashes of light and explosions were captured late Saturday night. Since then, other neighbors in Webster said they heard different booms this week. Chief investigative reporter Berkeley Breen has documented the explosions since Thanksgiving. But for the first time now, Webster police told him they have an active investigation. Quote, this is the... sorry?
So things have been blowing up since Thanksgiving, but they're just investigating now?
Well, I imagine if they're mysterious explosions, it means they don't know where they're coming from.
Yeah, I guess.
Quote, this is the neighborhood where the latest explosions were recorded and the flash of light appears to have come from the north, Breen said. And we're about 2 miles from Lake Ontario. Paul Morrill was asleep Saturday night when he heard a loud boom. Quote, boom! I immediately jumped out and ducked my head down and thought, what the hell is that? Morrill said. It was an explosion, actually 2 of them back to back, a flash of light, then the sound. And the sound in those videos doesn't even capture it. I mean, it is a very boom, like a flashbang. Boom, Morrill said. I love when sentences are transcribed, it can be very funny. Because like if you heard him just say that, it wouldn't feel odd. But then when you read it, it's like, what? Breen started tracking these explosions in the fall. Joel Calcagno's cameras caught them in October. It sounds like something exploding, Calcagno said. Webster neighbors caught them again in December. Brian Hensel captured explosion sounds with a flash of light. It didn't sound like lightning. It didn't sound like fireworks. It was significant, Hensel said. Ooh. My first thought would be fireworks.
Yeah, my only thought is that maybe they aren't explosions. Then they just sound like what someone thinks an explosion sounds like.
Which is what?
Boom.
Somebody needs to do a remix of that song. Boom, here comes the boom, ready or not. But use that sample of you going, boom. Quote, north of the neighborhood that recorded the explosions are open farm fields.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how they
Breen
get you.
What'd you say?
That's how they get you.
Oh, yeah. You think the farmers are going to get them?
Yeah, with the explosions.
With the boom?
Yeah.
Breen was standing out about 3 miles from the neighborhood at Webster Park. Last year, Webster said it looked into the explosions and found no evidence. Now, the police consider the latest explosions an active investigation. Quote, the sound just opens you right up, jostles you right away, Morrill said. So it sounds like these were like really powerful explosions.
Or sounds that people are thinking are explosions. Yeah.
Why are you so anti this being an explosion?
Because I feel like if it was an explosion, we'd have like evidence of an explosion.
Oh, you mean like physical evidence?
Yes.
Yeah. The town of Webster and the police said this is an active investigation, that all information that is all the information they're prepared to release right now.
Wow. Sucks.
This is, it's weird. I mean, I would be pretty mad if there was an explosion and nobody could figure out what it was.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not an explosion.
Why are you being like this?
Because there's no evidence that it's an explosion.
I mean, apparently there are Ring door cameras that caught bright flashing lights and sounds.
But that could be anything. Right?
Oh.
I don't know.
I mean, it can't be literally anything. It's not a horse.
You don't know that.
That's just one of my pet peeves. It could be anything. No, it can't. It can't literally be anything. It has to be things that are similar.
No. It could literally be anything.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, we're going to talk about hot air balloons.
Okay.
Right after. That was not the response I was expecting from you. Okay. So, Chell.
Yeah.
You have a backyard, obviously. I've seen your backyard. I know that you have one.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever found anything in your backyard that like you weren't expecting or wasn't yours or shouldn't be there?
Yeah.
What was it?
Found bones, chicken bones.
Oh, that's less scary.
I found a wire that was severed that I don't know why it was there in the ground.
In the ground or
like
on the
an
ground?
Electrical wire in the
like
ground.
It was coming out of the dirt?
No, like inside the dirt.
How'd you find
it? I dug
it
for it.
So you were just digging around?
Well, I was gonna plant a tree, but yes.
That's a little odd.
Yeah.
But never anything like, whoa, what is that doing in my backyard?
Well, if we're talking about hot air balloons in my backyard.
Oh.
Sorry.
You're ruining the excitement.
I'm sorry.
Yes, we're talking about hot air balloons in your backyard.
Because I wanted to say, I'm sorry. I just wanted to do that because when I lived in New Jersey, hot air balloons did come in my backyard.
Wait, say that again. What?
When I lived in New Jersey, hot air balloons did come in my backyard.
What?
Well, they didn't. So in my backyard.
Yeah.
Behind the backyard, I lived in, and there was like a little field that was supposed to be a drainage ditch, but people would play in it and golf in it and shoot arrows in it until we made them stop because we called the police. I
remember you talking about arrows.
Yeah, it was not a good idea. Shooting at people's houses the direction of people's houses. Anyway, for a long time, every year, hot air balloons would land there.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Until somebody shot an arrow through one and they were like,
and then they stopped. Yeah. No, I don't know why they stopped, but it was really cool. They would land and just hang out and then they'd go away.
They probably landed to like eat sandwiches or something.
Maybe.
They're like, all right, let's stretch their legs.
Yeah, there's a spot down there. Let's just go over here behind these houses.
Yeah. Well, that's nice. But were you aware that was going to happen, or it just happened?
No, it just happened.
Oh, that's kind of wild.
Yeah.
The only experience I have is like there was a hot air balloon at my school one time, but it was like a thing. Like they were like, today they're going to have a hot air balloon.
Yeah, no, they would just be there. And I'd be like, there's a hot air balloon back there. All right.
I can't imagine traveling in a hot air balloon. It sounds kind of scary.
It does sound kind of scary.
Yeah, but maybe I'm a coward.
I mean, I would do it. It just sounds scary.
Yeah, that's probably where I'm at too. Well, from Huffington Post, we have a headline: Hot air balloon makes emergency landing in California backyard. Yay. So, interesting. The photo of the backyard doesn't even look that big.
Yeah,
which makes me think it was legitimately an emergency landing. They're like, oh crap, I think we can thread the needle and get into this backyard.
Oh God.
A balloon landed in a Southern California backyard, a balloon with 13 people.
Oh.
The enormous hot air balloon with a pilot and passengers in the basket descended perfectly Saturday on a small plot of grass at a home in Temecula. Hunter Perrin said he had no idea that he had visitors until a neighbor alerted him. Hey, you got a hot air balloon in your backyard? What? Yeah, see, it's like, it's like 8 stories tall or whatever, so it's very obvious. Oh, yeah, you might want to check that out. Yeah, I guess I should before I let the dog out, huh?
Yeah.
Quote, I was watching TV. Oh my God, it's like what I described. Quote, I was watching TV and my wife was doing yoga, Perrin told the Associated Press. There was a man standing in front of my door saying, they just landed. What? I was very confused. Dude, you're friendly with a couple of your neighbors. You should go to them on April Fool's Day next year and just be like, hey, they just landed. And then give them no other information.
Yeah, they'd love that.
They'd probably be like, it's so nice to have Michelle actually come and visit.
Oh.
They like you.
No, they don't.
They're like, what a nice lady.
No.
I think that's probably what they're thinking.
My next door neighbor has been gone for like a week and I don't know where he is.
Oh.
I assume he went on vacation or something, but he didn't tell me, so I'm scared. And also he might just be trying to get away from me. So
is the mail piling up?
No, because his uncle picks it up.
Oh, then it's fine.
So, I mean, I know he's not dead. In the house, at least. And his car's not there. But where is he? How come he didn't tell me he was leaving? So that I could go into his house and look at his things.
Yeah, really. People are so inconsiderate now.
Yeah.
But there they were, a group of anxious people suddenly relieved to be on solid ground. Perrin's grassy backyard patch is only about 10 feet wide. I was right. It was really small.
It's really small. Oh my God. That's like the size of my bedroom. Not my big bedroom, my small bedroom.
Oh, look at you flexing. You got all these bedrooms.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. Homeownership's really changed you.
Oh.
Quote, it was unbelievable, like something out of a Disney fairy tale, Jenna Perrin said. The balloon didn't hit our house or our trees. It was kissing the fence.
Wow.
It really, let me see if I can show you real quick. Cause like the still image of the basket, like it really is snug. Look at that.
Oh yeah. There's not that much room in there. Yeah.
It's not a big yard at all.
No. So
they really threaded the needle, so to speak. Now if I could just find where I was reading. Brianna Avalos and her husband were riding in the balloon to celebrate their 10th wedding anniversary. She said the pilot informed passengers that he needed to make an emergency landing because of low fuel and a shift in winds. That's just what they always say when they need to go to the bathroom, like really bad. Like that's what they say.
Yeah.
Quote, at first I was like, oh my God, we're in a backyard. This is crazy. Clearly somebody from the city, I guess. Like, not from the suburbs, eh? The blue balloon with gold stars and a crescent moon image was a spectacle as it came to rest in the backyard, towering over the parents' home. The pilot disembarked the passengers, returned aloft, and then landed the balloon nearby in the street. Oh, wow.
Wow. I feel like it's safer in the backyard than in the middle of the street. We're just going to put it in the street?
Because the balloon is going to like it'll get stuck on your roof or in the trees. You need a place to dismantle it.
But now people can't go down that street because there's a balloon in the middle of it.
Well, the good news is they'll see it, so they'll know to stop.
Yeah, okay.
I think the backyard, you just need space.
Yeah.
But it was good not dropping the people in the middle of the road.
Whatever.
Jeez. The pilot disembarked the passengers, returned aloft, then landed the balloon nearby in the street where it was dismantled. He was an amazing pilot, Avalos said. Denny Barrett, the owner of Magical Adventure, which provides the balloon rides, declined to identify the pilot, but said he had, quote, exercised great judgment and done the right thing.
I mean, why didn't they have enough fuel, though?
That's true. I mean, it could have been Avalos because it was her 10th wedding anniversary, and you know how women are lying about their weight.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
But no, I think he had to go to the bathroom. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah. Well, did he ask to use their bathroom when they landed?
I mean, it doesn't say that here, but probably. I mean, wouldn't you? Even if you didn't land because you had to go, wouldn't you be like, could I
You should probably go to the bathroom. Yeah.
Quote, most of our landings are in wine country, Barrett said, referring to vineyards in California's Riverside County. Usually, they're bigger backyards. That's good attitude. I'm glad nobody got hurt.
Me too.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to go into a darker story that I don't know what to make of right after this. So, Chell, this one comes from your beloved NPR.
Yay.
And I'm not going to lie, this article is weird and kind of like darkly humorous, but also I don't even know how to feel about this.
Yay.
The headline is a professional cornhole player and quadruple amputee is arrested for murder.
What? Oh, I feel like I know about this.
You know, you're probably thinking of a different one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, literally, this is a young man with no arms and he has most of his arms gone and his legs gone.
Mm-hmm.
Who apparently was a professional cornhole player, which I didn't know that there was professional cornhole, but also I didn't know you could do it while missing limbs like that. So many limbs.
I think you do it.
Oh, sure. I mean, the picture of him, he has like prosthetic legs, you know, to run in and stuff, which is awesome, but it's a lot to take in and then is arrested for murder.
Yeah.
So you see what I mean? It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A professional cornhole player who is a quadruple amputee has been arrested in connection with a fatal shooting.
Oh, now I'm even more confused.
What, you thought it'd be stabbing or like what?
I was thinking like poison or something,
okay.
You know, like it, or like I thought maybe like choking them to death, like strangulation.
Jeez. Good to know that's where your mind goes.
Well, I was just thinking of things you could do without all of your limbs.
Okay, then. You made it weird, Chell. I'm sorry. You made it weird.
Sorry.
Dayton Weber, 27, is accused of killing a man in the front seat of his car during an argument on Sunday in his hometown of La Plata, Maryland, about 30 miles south of West Washington, D.C., according to the Charles County Sheriff's Office.
Huh.
You know, of all the places, Maryland would be where this would happen.
Totally.
I feel like Maryland has gotten kind of a pass. Like, I think in the 90s, people kind of stopped picking on Maryland for being like weird and trashy. Like it used to be that was a constant joke. Like, I went to Maryland and got crabs was a t-shirt.
Oh yeah.
Like all that stuff. And I actually really like Baltimore and stuff. Like I've had really fun times hanging out there. But there was like, it really was like, in a lot of ways, it was like a miniature Florida as far as like being picked on when I was growing up. And that kind of stopped.
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember that happening at all.
Oh, it's stopping?
Oh, no, it's happening.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Rude. I expect that from somebody who says Florida instead of Florida.
I'm sorry that you hate my accent.
No, you hate mine is the problem. You're the one who's like, stop saying it wrong.
No, I never ever tell you to stop saying the things wrong until you bring it up.
You have literally told me like that's not how you say it.
You've told me that that's not how you say it to me too.
No, I've said that's not how it's spelled.
Honestly, we could go into that, but it would be a thing.
Yeah, it would be a thing.
It would be a thing.
Yeah, we'll just exit this conversation. Again,
sorry that you don't like my accent.
There are a lot of Ohio people that say exit too, so at least there's that. The sheriff's office said in a press release that passengers in the back seat saw Weber shoot Bradrick Michael Wells, also 27, before he pulled over and asked them to, quote, help pull the victim out of the car.
So confused.
They refused and left, at which point Weber fled with the victim still in the car. All of the passengers knew each other, authorities said.
Okay.
Yeah. Nearly 2 hours later, a resident of Charlotte Hall, Maryland, about 14 miles away, called police to report a, quote, body in a yard.
Oh, shit.
The sheriff's office said responders identified Wells and pronounced him dead at the scene. Detectives found Weber's car over 100 miles away in Charlottesville, Virginia, and got a warrant for his arrest. They were helped in their search by Virginia's Albemarle. It's Albemarle?
I don't think that's how you pronounce it, but I know what you mean.
Albemarle County Police Department, which said in a separate statement that one of its officers spotted Weber's vehicle at a gas station and used surveillance footage to track him down. Weber was arrested at a local hospital where authorities said he was, quote, seeking treatment for a medical issue.
Okay.
Was it the no arms and no legs, or?
I'm really confused.
He was charged as a fugitive from justice, and public records show he was booked into Albemarle Charlottesville Regional Jail on Monday.
Yay.
The sheriff's office says Weber is awaiting extradition back to Maryland, where he will be charged with first-degree murder, second-degree murder, and, quote, other related charges.
Like running from, like...
I'm guessing fleeing the scene of a crime or tampering with evidence. Something or other, disposal of human remains.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jail Superintendent Colonel Martin Cumer told NPR in an email that the court, quote, did not address extradition at its Tuesday morning hearing. He said Weber's next scheduled court date is, quote, sometime in April, though his attorney could potentially ask for one even sooner. NPR has reached out to Weber's attorney and Albemarle County Court for comment, but did not hear back in time for publication. The Charles County State's Attorney's Office declined to comment. Authorities say the murder investigation is ongoing and are asking anyone with relevant information to call or submit tips online.
Okay.
Now, you want to learn more about the accused?
Yeah.
You're so confused. I feel like that's the only solution.
Yeah.
At 10 months old, Weber was diagnosed with a bacterial infection, Streptococcus pneumoniae.
Okay.
That turned so aggressive he was given last rites.
Oh.
That's bad.
I mean,
when a priest comes and says, like, good luck on the other side, homie. Like, that means you are about to leave.
Yeah.
Quote, they had actually given me a 3% chance of living, and the only way that they were able to save me was by getting the infections out of my system. Well, I mean, that makes sense.
That's how you do it.
Oh. they had to amputate my arms and legs to keep me alive. So that's where the infection was.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. At first, that sounded like an obvious statement. And I was like, oh, it's because he was leading into like what happened to his arms and legs.
Yeah.
That didn't stop Weber from pursuing and excelling at sports, including football and wrestling. In fact, ESPN profiled him in 2010 after the then 12-year-old finished 4th in his weight class in the Southern Maryland Junior Wrestling League.
Mm.
Weber said at the time that it was his favorite sport, adding, quote, "I like using my strength and being fit. Sometimes when I watch my teammates in certain situations, I wish I had hands, but I just try to do things my own way," added the rising 7th grader who said he wanted to be a priest or a Secret Service agent one day.
Aw, that was cute.
I like the disparity. Like priest or a Secret Service agent. And then he shot someone dead.
Yeah.
Like what happened? Like to him, you know, like did he become like a fucking drug dealer or something? You know, like
maybe.
I mean, to be that violent, like out of nowhere, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Weber was crowned Maryland's best cornhole player in 2020. He explained in a piece he wrote for Today that he doesn't wear his prosthetics in competition because they don't allow the same level of sensitivity or control, and has adopted his technique to throw the bags by their corners for more leverage.
Okay.
This is interesting. Weber turned pro in 2021-2022 season, becoming the first quadruple amputee in the history of the American Cornhole League. The governing body, founded in 2015, organizes tournaments that are broadcast on ESPN and CBS Sports. The league confirmed to NPR on Tuesday that Weber had not been an active participant since late 2024. Nonetheless, it issued a statement acknowledging the allegations and declining to comment on them while proceedings are ongoing. That's a story that just keeps on giving.
I'm just confused because, I mean, obviously I don't understand, but like, how did he shoot a gun?
I mean, I don't know. Are you saying you're confused as to how he was armed?
No.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, some more fire in the sky. After this. I'm so sorry, Chel.
It's okay.
All right, we're back, and this story comes from EastIdahoNews.com.
Oh.
And it's out of Utah.
Oh.
Absolutely amazing bright fireball light lit up the night sky and may have dropped debris over Utah. So some kind of a crazy thing happened.
Like a meteorite?
Very bright. I think I can show it to you, Chel. Can't show it to anybody else, but you know. Look. Oh. So apparently, wow. You see that?
Wait, what? Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
That
was bright.
So that was like a big, like bright light.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to describe. I'm not doing a very good job of describing it. It's a big bright light.
It was bright. Yeah.
The night sky above Utah was bright as day for just a moment early Thursday as a suspected meteor burned its way into the atmosphere. Space experts say the flash of light was most likely a meteor burning up as it slammed into Earth's atmosphere, creating what's known as a fireball. Why are you? That's a great line. What's known as a fireball. Why are you shaking your head?
I'm pretty sure when it enters Earth's atmosphere, it's a meteorite, not a meteor anymore.
Do you know the difference between Earth rocks and space rocks?
No, what?
Space rocks are a little meteor.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say something like that, but I couldn't connect it fast enough.
I think you're right. It becomes a meteorite, but then again, it was a meteor until it burned through the atmosphere.
But then it was a meteorite, and they called it a meteor.
Meteor. Now we have to figure this out, or people will die.
Huh.
But then that would make the film Meteor Man wrong.
Meteorite Man?
Oh shit, you're wrong.
No! Really?
Sort of.
Oh.
A meteor is the streak of light caused by a space rock burning up in Earth's atmosphere.
Oh.
A meteorite is the actual rock that survives this journey and lands on Earth's surface.
Interesting. I didn't know that. Or I did and I messed it up.
And a meteoroid is the name for the object while it is still in space.
Okay. All right.
So, I mean, you weren't like totally off. It's just the definition was a little different.
Yeah.
Often, your definition would often apply though.
If it landed.
Yeah, if it landed. Well, I mean, that's like all good jokes. Hey, okay. Space experts said the flash of light was most likely,
meteor.
Multiple, creating what's known as a fireball. That kills me.
Mm.
Multiple reports confirmed the fireball lit up the sky at 4:50 a.m. across Utah and neighboring states. Dozens have reported the sight to the American Meteor Society. But the agency hadn't confirmed it as a meteor as of Thursday night. Quote, yeah, it was amazing. I will say this, it was absolutely amazing, said Herb Patterson, who was driving through Spanish Fork at the time. Patterson described the moment as intense and unexpected. It'd be weird if it was like, it was intense but expected. Like, I'm used to giant lights exploding in the sky.
Yeah.
But not like that.
It was more
Quote,
intense.
Quote, I just see a light that's really dim that's started getting brighter and brighter and brighter. And I'm thinking to myself, what is that? And it was kind of eerie at first, he said. And then just the whole sky and all the roads and everything around me lit up for like a fraction of a second. Then it was gone. It's kind of, that'd be wild.
Yeah.
Video captured in Toole County shows the bright flash cutting across the sky, matching reports from drivers and early risers throughout the region. It's also still unclear whether any piece of the meteoroid, ever reached the ground. Look at them using the other words.
Yeah.
I never hear people say meteoroid.
Wait.
Meteoroid.
But it wouldn't be meteoroid. Because meteoroids are when they're in space. So it would be meteorite if it was on the ground.
No.
I'm confused.
It's still unclear whether any pieces of the meteoroid ever reached ground. So it's not clear if the meteoroid became a meteorite or not.
Okay, but wouldn't it just be a meteor then? Isn't a meteoroid when it's still in space?
Yes, but a meteor is when it's flashing in the sky. Like a shooting star is a meteor.
Oh God, I don't know, man.
This is hard because the movie Meteor Man makes me think it's just called a meteor, but clearly, also that's one of those words. If you say it enough, it really starts to sound weird. Meteor. According to Jason Trump, educational program manager at Clark Planetarium and NASA Solar System ambassador, recovery depends largely on where fragments may have landed. Quote, if it landed in an area that has a lot of rock, say in one of the canyons of Utah, well, it's going to be very difficult to find. If it landed somewhere like the Salt Flats, it could be recovered like there was a few years ago. The timing of the fireball isn't unusual. February through April is what NASA refers to as fireball season, when there are increased reports of fireballs in the daytime and nighttime skies. That's interesting. A lot of college women call spring break fireball season too, for different reasons though.
Yeah.
Ow! I don't know what people say when they drink Fireball, so I didn't have a joke beyond that. Utah is also in the midst of 2 meteor showers.
Oh.
Yeah, the Lyrid and Eta Aquarids. But experts said this fireball was something different.
Oh.
That's ominous.
Yeah.
Something like this would have been a big chunk of rock that did not come off of a comet, Trump explained. Most likely it came from somewhere in the asteroid belt. He added that this week's fireball is timed nicely with the recent return of the astronauts aboard NASA's Artemis II mission. He said they experienced a similar fiery descent as they re-entered the atmosphere. Scientists study meteors like Thursday's fireball to better understand how to protect astronauts during high-speed returns to Earth.
Yay.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember on The Simpsons, speaking of Artemis 2, do you remember there was an episode of The Simpsons where basically NASA is trying to figure out how to spice up space launches because nobody cares anymore?
Mm-hmm.
Because they have the whole gag where they're like, we need like an average guy to be on the ship to make it more interesting because people are like changing the channel when there's space launches. Because that was one of the jokes, was like, oh God, quick, don't make me watch another boring space launch. Change the channel, boy. So, but it just made me laugh because when I heard about the Artemis ship being launched in space, I was at the cigar lounge and I didn't know anything about it at all.
Really?
I had not heard a word about it. And I heard about it because they were talking about how the presidential address was coming up about the launch. And I was like, what launch?
Oh, wow.
I had never heard a word about it.
Wow, really? That's amazing.
Yeah. But it's also funny. It just tells you the kind of world we live in, because then when I hear about it, I'm seeing like the promotional materials. Like I saw the picture of like all the astronauts standing there and like the cool, like, you know, poses where they look all heroic and everything. Mm-hmm. And all I'm thinking is like, wow, they had to hire a firm to take great pictures to make men and women going into space interesting enough for people to care.
Mm-hmm.
We just have it very good. And we're it's sad that can't even move the needle for some people. I just think it's funny. You'd think that just hearing, hey, you know, they're going into fucking space, you'd be like, whoa. But instead it's like, nah, we got to like make sure we have like a video package and some good posters. Cause otherwise people are gonna be like, okay, so
yeah,
I've been to space.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know. But what I do know is that I also don't know enough about Lake Lanier. So we're going to be talking all about that right after this break. And I'm really curious about it because last month we started talking about it and realized it was a giant rabbit hole. Mm-hmm. So we're diving into that right after this. Now we're talking about Lake Lanier, which is one of America's most beautiful and unsettling man-made lakes, built over flooded towns, roads, cemeteries, and pieces of Georgia history that never fully disappeared beneath water. Over the decades, its tragic accidents, eerie legends, and dark origin story have turned it into a place where the past feels like it's still waiting just below the surface. That was a pretty good breakdown of it.
Yeah.
So we're diving into a Guardian article about Lake Lanier. We talked about it a little bit before when we discussed a young man dying in a shocking accident there when he was 27 years old. Apparently, it's just insanely accident prone and freaky. Yeah. Lake Lanier.
But I think like what we heard was mostly like people getting hit by boats and shit. Mm-hmm. Like, don't do that. Don't hit people with your boat.
The drowning numbers are insane. Because it was, according to Georgia's Department of Natural Resources, the authority responsible for policing the lake, 233 of the deaths, out of 700 reported fatalities, 233 of them were just in the last 20 years.
Wait, yeah.
That's crazy when you think about, like, we have floaties and stuff now. Like,
yeah, but you have to wear them. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
You're always hung up in details. So this next section is called 3 Sides of Violence.
Okay.
And this is about the development of Lanier. Rain spits down from slate gray sky as I meet Khan a few days before Halloween at a floating tiki bar on the lake's southern end.
Whoa.
And though there... Do what?
Whoa, there's like floating tiki bars in the lake?
Yeah, do you have lakes without floating tiki bars?
I've never been to a lake that had things.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Man, now I feel bad for you.
It's okay. It's just part of my life.
Man, way to bring the mood down.
Yeah.
And though there aren't more than a handful of customers on this bitterly cold for Georgia afternoon, it's not hard to imagine the humanity that engulfs this place in summer months. Waves of people rushing back and forth from the bar to the armada of pleasure crafts bobbing alongside the dock outside. Unless you're a Georgian born after 1998, commandeering a rental does not require much more than some credit card room. An hour on the water can range from $75 on a jet ski to $600 for a pontoon. And buyers should be aware of traffic. Quote, you're navigating around people zooming around you on jet skis and people who don't know how to drive a boat, Khan says as he eases his double-decker pontoon out of the lifeless marina. On top of that, you have to reckon with the spirit of alcohol, the ultimate spirit. I like that guy.
Yeah.
I'm talking about if it's haunted or not. He's like, the spirit of alcohol. That's the spirit.
Yeah.
Have you ever rented a pontoon boat?
No, but No, but other people have rented them, and then I've probably been on them.
I mean, that counts.
Okay.
Was it cool?
I don't remember. I think
Man,
so.
you're so spoiled.
Yeah, I've been on lots of boats.
I've never been on a pontoon boat.
Sorry.
Hurtful. A sturdy ex-Marine who slicks his cropped silver mane back into a mini man bun and sports Air Jordan sneakers at sea, Khan, aka Captain Dave, started operating themed boat tours on the lake around his day job about 20 years ago, and he leans into the lake's folklore for his ghost tours.
Oh.
This guy sounds pretty cool. Captain Dave, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. You don't have to like anything about this lake, I guess.
Yeah, I don't.
Before we get to talking, Khan, who is white, asks, how deep do you want to go? Because there's a lot of uncomfortable racial truths to this story. After I tell him that I made the 90-minute schlep from the city expressly for his unvarnished version of the legend, he busts out a leather-bound replica book from the Disney movie Hocus Pocus, where he collects scary stories. I like how it's like, who is white? And then it's like, anyway, I'm in Georgia and use the word schlep, so you know my race too. Like, I just want to make sure everybody's covered.
Yes.
Sometimes he'll pass around handheld electromagnetic field meters to passengers keen for a true ghost hunt. When I ask if the curse has a proper origin story, he describes Lake Lanier's waters as a triangle of dark energy, each of its three sides reminding us of ugly American history that echoes into present day.
Okay.
I like how you're like so skeptical of this whole thing. You're like, I don't trust Captain Dave. I don't trust a tiki bar in the water. I don't know if I trust any of this lake. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't dislike Captain Dave or anything, but I dislike the tiki bar. I just think alcohol. These people are drowning a lot here. We don't want that. Those things together.
You're just jealous. I can tell.
Of tiki bars?
Tiki bars, yeah.
Oh yeah,
floating ones.
Ugh, stupid.
They even have a spot called Buford Dam, which I think is the coolest name for a dam. Buford Dam.
I guess.
Man, see, this is what I'm dealing with, guys. When I ask if the curse... the first side of the triangle is the violence committed against the Cherokee and Creek Indian tribes, who have called this area home for millennia. When white settlers found ore in the nearby Blue Ridge Mountains in the 1820s, kicking off the first American gold rush, the U.S. government drove those native inhabitants from their land westward into Alabama, the Arkansas territories, and what would become Oklahoma. What was touted at the time as Manifest Destiny would be remembered as the Trail of Tears, one of the worst forced migrations in history, with 60,000 Native Americans displaced and more than 4,000 killed. One documented Trail of Tears removal route ended at what is now the lake's western bank.
Oh.
Ooh. The second side of Khan's dark energy triangle is the lake's connection to the Civil War. Quote, pain and sorrow that is still underneath the water, he says. Before the Army Corps flooded the area to make Lanier in 1956, it attempted to move the graves of soldiers who had been buried there into nearby cemeteries, but left behind many unmarked and abandoned sites to be submerged. Last site, excuse me. The last site is Oscarville, a town settled after the war by many black sharecroppers and skilled laborers that became the backdrop of post-Reconstruction era racial backlash. The community was thriving, says Foster, who came across the story in her research. And then the violence started. Uh-oh. So this is really interesting because America has a lot of folklore around flooding towns to create bodies of water. More than you might think. And often they have the same elements, like when the water level's really low, you can see the top of a church steeple and stuff like that. And a lot of that stuff isn't true. Like it's just
that you can see the church steeple.
Yeah, there could have just never been one, or maybe it was torn down. But it's because because a lot of times when they flood towns, valley towns, everybody's gone and most of it was already in disrepair anyway. Like, it's very rare that many people, I mean, it does happen, but it's rare that people are really being displaced. Most people have already left because it's just not working.
I know a town in New York that they had to flood because something about the aqueducts, I don't remember. And that was a full thriving town.
Oh, sure.
And so what they did is everyone just moved all of the buildings. They moved the entire town. It was really cool, actually.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, they like moved them all. And they moved them super slow. So like people were like living and going to school in the buildings as they were very slowly being moved up the hill.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
There was one I saw, the name is escaping me right now, one in Pennsylvania on the western side of PA. Mm-hmm. But there were all these legends about like people drowning and stuff. But then when you looked into it, the valley had been flooding on and off for years. So basically everybody left because it was annoying. And then flooding it intentionally was the way of kind of like ending the trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But it's easy to, when you hear a flooded town, it makes your mind think of stuff, you know. It's creepy. Now, I'm not saying this one is clearly a bigger flooding operation than some of these other ones. Most of them are small towns, very small towns. But it's just interesting how when you cover a town in water, it makes all kinds of things float to the top. Oh, I'm so good at this. We're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, we're going to keep going. I almost said dive deeper, which would have been better, into Lake Lanier after this. And Chell will keep being hateful about it all. As we continue our deep dive into Lake Lanier, I'm hoping that during the commercial break, Chell maybe eased up a little bit. She's been really judgy about this lake, and I'm not exactly sure what it did to you, but you are very like harsh on this one.
I've been very fair about this lake.
Wow. She can't even see it. That's how blind she is to her hatred. Let's see. So the last side of the lake, as we were talking about, is Oscarville, a town settled after the war by many black sharecroppers and skilled laborers during the post-Reconstruction era. Quote, the community was thriving, says Foster, and then violence started. In 1912, local black men were accused of raping 2 young white women. One of them, Mae Crow, died 2 weeks after her alleged attack. The incidents roiled white residents into violence. One black suspect was shot and lynched by white mobs while awaiting trial. The 2 men found guilty of Crow's sexual assault and murder after a day-long trial were sentenced to death by hanging, even though it was outlawed in Georgia at the time.
Oh.
Yeah, hanging was pretty out of favor in the early 1900s everywhere.
I feel like if you kill people in a way that's outlawed, that means then you broke the law. And then you have to go to jail.
I guess they have to kill you too, but if they hang you as well, then it creates a never-ending cycle of then that person has to get the death penalty too. It's weird, the idea of like you killed him and not in the legal way you're allowed to kill him. It's weird.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the capital punishment. I think it's way too, that slope is pretty slippery to me. Just saying. According to the 2016 book Blood at the Root, in which author Patrick Phillips unpacks this painful history, white men on horseback operating as enforcers for the Ku Klux Klan then banded together to drive black residents out of town, setting fire to their homes, businesses, and churches. In 2022, Atlanta resident George Rucker, whose Oscarville roots go back 4 generations, recalled the story he grew up hearing about his great-grandfather's daring escape after the Crow trials, about his family being chased by an angry mob, the mob blocking access to a bridge across the Chattahoochee, and the options being swim or drown.
That sucks.
I know. I feel like that's always the option, though.
I mean, yeah, if you're in the water. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was always more afraid of the option of caulk the wagon and float or ford the river. I don't know if you ever played. You never played Oregon Trail?
No, I did. I just played it really badly, so I don't even remember anything except for dying a lot.
Getting dysentery every time.
Yeah.
His grandfather did not make it. The main thing they left was property, Rucker told 11alive.com, and my grandfather had 100 acres.
Oh.
That's a lot of land to have to let go of.
Yeah.
Within 2 months, Oscarville's black population, which accounted for 10% of residents, or about 1,100 people, was reduced to naught. And while the sexual assaults are oft cited as the impetus for the racial terrorism, Blood at the Root traces the racial tension to the economic stress that gripped Georgia at the time. As white farmers lost their lands to foreclosure, they came to see the free black people as an existential threat. White residents took possession of significant portions of the deserted land, sometimes for no compensation. But after Congress passed the River and Harbor Act of 1946 to address a national flash flooding crisis, paving the way for the construction of Georgia's Beaufort Dam, and the creation of Lake Lanier, hundreds of white residents found themselves forced to sell their ill-gotten land for cents on the dollar, as the government claimed eminent domain.
Wow.
See, no matter how big a bully you are, there's always a bigger bully.
Yep.
I actually think that's kind of a beautiful sentiment, though. It's like, we're a big group of tough people. We're gonna force people out, hurt them, and steal their stuff. And then the federal government's like, we are literally the biggest gang ever known, and we're legal, and we're kicking you out for real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. Quote, the first guy that sold got $4,000 for 100 acres.
I don't know how much money that is in current.
It's like, imagine $1, but it's 4,000 of them.
Wow.
Fabulously wealthy. I could do the calculation real quick. $4,000 in 1946 worth today. That would be $67,736.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. Do you mean the purchase price or how bad inflation has been?
I was going to say the purchase price, but we could do both if you want.
Yeah, I think it's both.
Yeah.
No, but that tells you that's nothing.
Yeah.
Says Lisa M. Russell, a scholar and author who has written 5 books on Georgia's hidden history. Quote, that seems like maybe it was a lot for them because they never had money in their land, but they couldn't rent a place. They couldn't even go back to the land around the new lake and rent a house because the prices had already gone through the roof.
Wow.
Yeah, they're like, well, we wanted to move back near where we were. Well, you can't. This is waterfront. You know? Lake Lanier was never supposed to be the most popular man-made lake in America, as the New York Times declared it in 1971, touting its vibrant boating, fishing, and camping scene. Planned in conjunction with the Beaufort Dam in 1956 at a cost of $750,000, a bargain even with inflation, the lake was intended as a flood control solution that would also address Metro Atlanta's freshwater demands. So that all makes sense.
Yeah.
To save money, the Army Corps compacted layers of soil, clay, and rock to form the basin and surrounding embankments instead of completely raising and overlaying the area in concrete. It took 2.5 years for Lake Lanier to reach its full pool level. In the process, tens of thousands of acres of farmland, forest, and abandoned towns, including Oscarville, were drowned under several 100 billion gallons of river water. You were nodding. Something hit you?
Oh, I just don't like that all the trees drowned.
Oh, I'm sorry, pal.
Thanks.
It's tough out there.
It is.
In Lake Lanier.
It is. It's mean. They should have at least moved all of the trees first.
That wouldn't have been a massive job.
That's what I would do.
I believe you.
Thanks.
We're going to take a quick break and keep learning about Lake Lanier and hopefully get to some ghosts, damn it, right after this. Michelle.
Yeah?
Do you know about the Lady of the Lake?
I mean, the one that is in the lake, or which one?
The one in the lake. Gosh. Back to our article about Lake Lanier. It starts with, quote, "You know the Lady of the Lake story, right?" Khan asks me mid-cruise. "That's the one about the two women who took off from a filling station without paying their gas bill, lost control of their car over a bridge, and plunged to their death in 1958.
That's what you get.
Yeah. They stole over $2.5 worth of gasoline.
Oh my God.
Or with inflation, $1.75 million in gasoline.
My
God. The body of the driver, Delia Parker Young, was later found with missing hands. That's strange.
Not if they were in the water and something ate the hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say something or someone?
I said something, but
okay,
I mean,
good.
It's up to you.
I was worried you said someone ate the hands. I was like, what the hell, Joe?
Yeah.
Over the ensuing years, a number of lake goers would report seeing such a figure, missing hands and all, haunting the area in a blue dress. No hands. Look, Mom, no hands. With some accusing the phantom of pulling others underwater with no hands. Come on.
Yeah, no hands. Come on.
Now you're messing up.
No, we just learned about someone who shot a gun with no
hands.
Shot
a gun while driving with no hands and no legs.
It's possible, I guess.
All things are possible, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm learning. With, quote, "That's the bridge the car went off of," Khan said, pointing to the Jackson Bridge in the distance. "You mean the bridge I drove across to get here?" "Right," Khan says. He goes on to tell me that the bridge was also the site of the deadliest single incident on Lake Lanier, when a station wagon went off the bridge on Christmas Day, 1964, with 11 people inside.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
People in a station wagon. Yeah. I like that we both had the exact same thought. Wow, that's so many people in one station wagon. 7 died, 5 of them small children. Well, there you go.
Oh, well, they just packed them in there, huh?
It's said the driver of the station wagon, Mr. Brown, who had been drinking, quote, "rot gut whiskey," according to reports from the day, haunts the lake too. Sometimes Khan will stop his tours at the bridge, kill the engine, and pull out a flask for a bit more theater. Quote, "I'll say, 'All right, Mr. Brown, I'm going to give you a little drink here if you want to let us know you're around.' That's when the guests all pull out their ghost meters." Khan figures there are 27 unaccounted for bodies in Lake Lanier. Buchanan, the emergency driver, knows of at least, quote, 12 bodies in that lake right now that have never been found.
Wow.
So this is one of those where really, like, they just keep digging up more. You know, it's just like, oh, here's some more tragedy, and here's some other tragedies.
Yeah.
Lake Lanier's congested subsurface environment and rough topography is not all that makes recovery operations especially challenging. Years of pollution only add to the murky picture.
Ew.
Yeah. Quote, "Picture 60 years of beer cans," says Goss, the DNR corporal. "My God, do people pollute. I've found fishing equipment at the bottom of the lake, old metal boats that have sunk, fallen rocks and timber. It's all down there and can really hide what you're looking for."
I mean, also there's like a whole forest under there.
Well, it's probably gone by now.
I don't know.
I mean, it's been 70 years.
I guess. But it's
probably rotted away.
Debris down there from the forest and things.
Goss is often early on scene for drowning incidents. In addition to operating various echolocation readers as part of DNR's sonar team, he operates one of the department's underwater remote vehicles, a bulky contraption with a camera, lights, and gripper that is about the size of a fancy espresso machine. That's the way to nail that one. When 27-year-old Ramon Diaz Soria went missing in June near a white sand beach on the lake's western shore after jumping off the side of a boat for fun. I love that they put for fun.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Goss was on site shortly thereafter performing surveys of the disappearance area past nightfall and into the next day. After a 24-hour search with 3 drones, Goss's team found Diaz-Soria 60 feet underwater.
Wow.
The Gripper drone was not able to latch on to the body because of its awkward position, so a diving team was sent down. Witnesses told authorities that Diaz-Soria had worn a life jacket that was not properly secured.
Oh.
They said it floated to the surface after he disappeared. That's the worst. When you just find their life vest. The story both stoked more curse talk and served as a reminder of human errors that are often overlooked in the accounts of Lake Lanier's accidents.
Mm-hmm.
Lakes in Georgia are not actually very deep, but on Lake Lanier, you can be 30 feet away from shore, and your next step might take you 60 feet down. Gosh, so that's really deep for a lake. Lots of lakes aren't very deep.
I don't know.
You don't know how deep lakes are?
No.
That's one of those questions like Monty Python. How deep is a lake? That's it. How deep is a lake? When I went ski doing on a giant frozen lake in Michigan, I mean, the lake, you couldn't see one side from the other. It was probably 20 miles wide.
Mm-hmm.
I think they said that at its deepest, it gets to 12 feet.
Oh, that's not that deep.
No. I mean, it's deep, but it's not that deep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they don't always get that deep. So 60 feet deep is pretty deep for a lake.
Okay.
The most haunting thing to Tamika Foster about Lake Lanier is not the curse, but finding out, quote, that there were tons of fatalities I didn't know about prior to her son's vacation there. She accepts the official conclusion that the accident resulted in Jeffrey Simon Hubbard, a family friend, jet skiing too close to Kyle, and a 15-year-old girl, as their inner tube was being dragged by a pontoon boat. So they were out tubing.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, he was on a jet ski for the first time, having fun zipping around at like 60, 70 miles per hour and heading toward the boat, Foster says. But he didn't realize there were no brakes, that you can't stop on water. He tried to divert from the boat, but ended up running over the kids. He had no idea. How do you not know there's no brakes? I'm sorry. What?
Nobody teaches you things before they let you go out?
They usually tell you like, they usually tell you like 5 things really quick.
No, you should have to take a class.
Oh my gosh, you're one of those people now.
He just killed some people.
Oh yeah, so he should take a class.
No, it's too late for him now.
Oh, so he can just ride it anyway then, since he already messed up?
Yeah. He already knows what he did, so he doesn't need a class anymore.
I just don't know how you would think that you could stop, like stop hard or anything. I mean, like, obviously you'll stop eventually when you stop throttling, but yeesh. While the girl did recover, Kyle absorbed the brunt of the impact and was pulled from the water with grave head injuries.
Oh, God.
After being airlifted to an Atlanta hospital, he was put on life support. When he failed to show any signs of improvement after 2 weeks, Foster made the painful decision to take him off it. Hubbard was found guilty of homicide by vessel and reckless boating charges and sentenced to 4 years in prison.
Wow. That's scary too, though.
No, that is super scary.
Yeah.
And we'll dig in a little bit more right after this. Back at Lake Lanier. Meanwhile, back at Lake Lanier. That's what I should have said. Martha Milner, a retired schoolteacher, has been coming up to her grandfather's Lake Lanier cabin since she was a girl. She remembers summer vacation mornings that started with her grandmother packing her a lunch, placing her in a John boat off the backyard dock, and pushing her off to spend the day exploring the limits of the lake with her older brother. It was not until July 2023 when her 24-year-old son Thomas was electrocuted after jumping into the lake from that same dock that she began seeing, quote, so many stories, especially on Facebook, about how the lake is haunted and cursed. But it was our happy place all those years ago. You're just like, who cares? Like, you got electrocuted. Everybody gets electrocuted.
No, I'm trying to figure out like how he got electrocuted.
Oh, docks have electricity.
Oh, damn.
Docks are usually lit, and they usually have power to use things, like cleaning weapons, cleaning weapons.
Yeah, I guess it depends on
tools and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, on the show Ozark on Netflix, which is a really good show, that's a way they kill somebody like without getting caught. Is they call it wiring a dock. It's where you basically make it so one wire is in the water and one wire is on the ladder. So when you touch one while touching, like if you're in the water and then you grab the ladder, you get electrocuted because it creates the connection.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's something along those lines.
Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, a gang hit, not a accident. You know?
Yeah.
But apparently it happens accidentally. That's why it was like considered like the perfect plan. Is sometimes the wiring just gets messed up.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
An autopsy report determined that Thomas was electrocuted from electricity leaking into the water around the dock. Whether the current came from their electric box or a neighbor's, no one can really say. Quote, I kept reading these articles saying a man is electrocuted. No, it wasn't a man. It was a kid. It was my kid, Milner says. She has a point of distinguishing Thomas's death from the lake's more reckless incidents, noting he seldom drank and never used drugs. Quote, I wanted people to know that it was not his fault in any way, she says. He did nothing that I haven't done 100,000 times before.
Yeah.
The media attention that Lanier receives pales in comparison to the other area human-made lakes, which can be just as dangerous. Lake Hartwell, a reservoir on the Georgia-South Carolina border, had more drowning and boating fatalities than Lake Lanier did in 2024. In February, Gary Jones and Jocelyn Wilson, a black couple engaged to be married, disappeared as they were celebrating Jones's 50th birthday on Lake Oconee. The Varicose 20,000-acre pool, an hour east of it, like I got confused by an hour coming right after that, an hour east of Atlanta that shares Lake Lanier's untidy build quality. Authorities discovered their boat circling near the lake's dam with a large frosted chocolate chip cookie on board and dredged up Wilson's body the next day.
Oh, God.
Jones's body was found a month later by Buchanan, incidentally.
Wow.
Jeez. Lanier has this reputation, Buchanan says, but it's not well earned for this simple reason. We have a lot of uneducated boaters who come here, and the amount of accidents we have per capita is pretty damn low. See, and you were mad about how few ghosts there were in that town. That was actually plenty of ghosts.
I guess.
Per capita.
Yeah, okay, you're right. Per capita.
Lake Lanier gets all the publicity because it started as a dog and pony show from the very beginning, says Russell, the historian. All those other lakes, Lake Oconee, Lake Altoona, you've never heard of them. Nobody knows how they were built, but Lake Lanier, it's everybody's business.
Yeah, okay.
They did make it a big to-do when they built it. You know? In 2013, Foster, who lives in Atlanta, established Kyle's World Foundation, which keeps her son's legacy alive by supporting children in the arts. A decade later, she started a petition to drain Lake Lanier to prevent more tragic accidents, though she concedes the low odds of the state shutting down one of its biggest tourist draws. That's a little extreme.
Yeah.
Draining it.
Yeah, especially since a lot of these accidents were like negligence. You know?
I mean, unfortunately, even her son's was negligence, as awful
not
as that
his,
is. No, not at all.
Yeah.
It only takes one party to be negligent. But like drowning it or draining it, like it's like a reservoir, like it's used to, it serves a purpose. It prevents flooding. It helps with, like, it's just draining. It sounds insane and it's huge.
Yeah.
But requiring more safety stuff would be good. Or, or something, or making like you have to get some kind of boating permit or you can get fined or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's a little extreme. Then again, if my son died there, I'd probably have a very different opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quote, every time there's another fatality, it rehashes everything for me, she says. It'll be getting better, and then I'll hear about another child, another man, another woman. I think they really should just excavate it. Get all those old buildings and trees from down there. At least make an attempt. Get all the buildings and trees? What? I mean, what would maybe she thinks it's haunted or cursed.
I think I feel bad saying this, but I think she just needs to see a therapist, basically.
Oh, it's very possible.
Yeah.
Less than a year after Kyle's death, Georgia's Governor Nathan Deal signed the Kyle Glover boat education law, mandating Georgians born after the 1st of January 1998, we're safe. We don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Complete a boating safety education course and carry a boating license before operating any motorized watercraft on state waters.
Okay, good.
However, while it was a step toward reducing accidents, most visitors to Lake Lanier pour in from neighboring states and are only required to watch a 15-minute safety video before they can rent a watercraft. Well, first of all, that means we're good. We're still good.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean, I would think a 15-minute safety video, if you actually watch it and are sober, would at least tell you, like, jet skis don't have brakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be a jerk. It's just, I don't know if that guy who hit her son was drunk or if he was just reckless, just having fun and didn't really think. But, like, the excuse, I didn't know it didn't have brakes, like, I don't buy that. I mean, like, I don't buy that.
I mean, I kind of buy it, but,
Well, I guess my point would be if there were a brake lever on it that just doesn't do anything, but he's on it riding around and he's like, oh, I want to stop. Hey, where's the brake? It's like, your thought was when you're stopping to see if there's a brake.
Yeah, no, you're right.
That's all. I mean, but don't get me wrong. Like, it'd be a horrible thing. And I'm sure he didn't in no way was malicious. It's just tragic. And I'm sure he felt like horrible. And probably will feel horrible forever over it. Way worse than a 4-year jail sentence, just having done something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like to keep things light here on Monthly Spooky, huh?
Doing a good job.
At the same time, Georgia introduced another law honoring the boys who died just before him, 13-year-old Griffin Prince and his 9-year-old brother Jake, that lowered the legal blood alcohol limit for watercraft operators from 0.10 to 0.08, matching the standard for the standard was originally higher than motor vehicles when you're on water. That seems crazy.
Yeah, it really does.
I feel like the water is more dangerous because, but think about it this way. If you're really drunk driving a car and you're like, I didn't hit anybody, but then you just don't think and get out of your door and die.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Like, I'm just saying, like, I think it's a lot easier to pull a car into a parking spot than it is to pull up to a dock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although if you're drunk enough, you pull the boat right into the parking space. You're just like scraping up in there. You're like, all right, time to go to Denny's. Still, alcohol consumption remains a perennial problem at Lake Lanier, which accounted for 157 combined boating under the influence citations in 2023 and 2024.
Wow.
The largest share in the state.
Wow.
On the day I met with Khan, I noticed a sign on the gangway, curiously leading out from the floating tiki bar back to the parking lot that said, please, no open alcohol on shore. Sheesh.
Okay.
Well, we're going to take a quick break and wrap up our investigation of sorts into Lake Lanier. I didn't know a lot of this. It is really weird. I like the reality aspect,
Yeah.
But it is strange, though. It does seem like there's an awful lot of problems historically at the lake.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that right after this. And we're back, wrapping up our learning experience on Lake Lanier. This is kind of an interesting wrapping up point. Quote, I've been doing this a long time, and I've had days where I've been like, that was kind of close, Khan says of his frequent run-ins with reckless boat cruisers. It's always alcohol related. They don't think of it as the same as drunk driving. It's just what they're used to, fishing and drinking. They don't think they're going to get caught. The odds are certainly in their favor, given that DNR only has about a dozen wardens total to patrol all 59 square miles of Lake Lanier.
Oh, wow.
I imagine they could drone patrol it to, like, see if people are, like, weaving and stuff. I don't know. Ultimately, it's the lake's urban legend that actually helps raise awareness of the area's inherent risks. Quote, I think social media has done a lot more for safety than boating education, says Goss. People respect the water now, whereas beforehand they were uninformed. I think the accident rates are trending in the right direction. In fact, there was a decline in total drownings and BUIs, boating under the influence, on Lanier in 2024 compared with the previous year.
Oh.
That is good.
Yeah.
Also, young people aren't drinking like they used to.
Yeah.
That helps too. Alcohol consumption is just trending downward.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny because I told somebody that once. They were like, no way, man. People still love to get drunk. And I was like, okay, then why do you think like whiskey and stuff is all like getting small batch, more and more small batch and more fancy and more expensive? And he was like, because people, I was like, yeah, it's because people aren't drinking as much of it.
Yeah.
So the people who are into it have to pay they have to get as much money out of them as they can. And the reason I know that is because I collect physical media, movies and stuff. And that's what happens to us. They're like, well, they make them more special, but they're more expensive because there are less of us buying them.
Right.
And that's when I was like, yeah, they're trending down whiskey. Like they're trying to make it fancy and special. They're selling a story to get you to pay the prices necessary to, keep the whiskey thing going.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, to some extent, people still enjoy, getting drunk a little bit or whatever, I assume. I don't know. We're the worst people to talk about this.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
But it's definitely not as like super expected. Like people aren't turning 21 and going ape as much anymore and stuff. It's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Not everything can be accounted for. Ancillary bits of lake lore, the disembodied cries, the phantoms dwelling on sunken houseboats, an underwater church bell that still tolls, amplify the curse talk about but are not easily explained. Quote, a guy asked me one time if I believe in ghosts, Buchanan says. I said no, but I sure do believe in karma. And the reason why I say that is the land that Lanier is on has been stolen and sold 3 times from the Native Americans, from the black sharecroppers, and the white residents who eventually got run off by the government. That's a really good point. Although, like everybody in Europe is like, haha, that's cute. 3 times people were run off. Like, like, let's talk, 1,000 years BC. Quote, I'm not going to say that I believe in ghosts. I am going to say I believe in bad juju, and there's enough of it here to go around. When I asked Goss if there's any larger meaning to extract from Atlanta literally drinking in all of its dark water, if it explains the jinxed sports teams, the trippy music scene, the abominable traffic, the horny political landscape. That's a great way to put it, the horny political landscape. He said he doesn't really think about that. What he does think about is tourists' lack of awareness of what lurks beneath the surface. Quote, I don't think there's anything inherently evil about the lake. I think people make poor decisions based on their preconceived notions of what a lake is. I just thought it'd be cool to end it, like, make it sound like a ghost story.
Yeah.
As Khan and I tack farther north, we pass Surmerer Mound, a 9-foot-high archaeological site dating to the late woodland period that has become exposed in the prevailing drought conditions, excavated before it was flooded by Lake Lanier. It has been linked to indigenous funeral customs and is believed to have served as a not-so-final resting place for a number of Cherokee elders and chiefs. I get a chill, not from the nippy weather this time. Khan asks if we should press on to Jackson Bridge. I considered the dark energy, my own young son expecting me to scoop him up from school after this cruise, the Atlanta friends who flinched when I said I was venturing out here, and demanded in no uncertain terms that I return in one piece. I tell Khan not to bother, that we had covered enough ground, best not to tempt fate.
Okay.
I think the bridge would have been really cool to see, though, but whatever.
Whatever.
That was a pretty cool, interesting piece.
And it was a good reason to be like, nah, I want to go home. You know?
In reality, his feet were tired.
Yeah, he's like,
his feet were sore. He's like, the seat in the boat's not very comfortable. I'm not drunk enough, or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, I've always had an issue with the water. I didn't learn to swim until I was over 30.
Yeah.
Because I drowned twice as a kid. I've told you that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The Twice? Did I tell you about Twice though?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Some people they're a little shocked when I'm like, I drowned twice. They're like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, yep. Both times were really scary. You'd think the second time you'd be like, oh, I know what to expect. Water in my lungs, I'm gonna die. Probably. Yeah. No, it was scary. But it made me, much more afraid of the water. Cause I remember when I first learned how to swim, I then made the decision, like, I can go on the water because I won't just die.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went kayaking, and I love kayaking.
Yeah.
It's like going for a walk, but in the water. You're just going around the lake or the river or whatever. You're just like, it's like literally like, that's why I got obsessed with it. Cause I'd be like, oh, I'm going to go see what that side's like. And I was like, yeah, this is just like going on a walk, except I'm on the water. So I love kayaking. I should get a kayak one of these days.
Yeah.
I have to find somewhere to put it though, and how to transport it.
Just walk it places. I don't know.
Just wait until there's a flood, and then you just use it.
Yeah.
When we had that crazy big snow earlier in the year, I was like, man, I've been wanting to get a snow machine for whatever for so long. I was like, man, I would have been the king during that level 3 snow emergency, just zooming around. Ha ha! You all thought I was dumb for having this.
Yeah.
Because in my part of Ohio, it's like maybe 3 days a year you could actually ride around on a ski-doo. The rest of the year, there's not enough snow. So
yeah.
But anyway, that's Lake Lanier. I love horror, like scary stories about bodies of water. Mm-hmm. So that was a pretty cool one.
Yeah.
The history part is really interesting. The fact that it was such a turmoiled place, and then it becomes, a place where people hang out and have fun
and die.
Then get too drunk and die.
Yeah.
Boy, howdy. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back wrapping up this month's episode, talking about horror media and theaters, something else, I'm sure. And also, Michelle will hopefully have some truly terrifying and perfect scary stories from Reddit right after this. They need to be perfect.
I heard.
Okay, good. I tried to speak loudly. And we are back wrapping up this April 2026 edition of Monthly Spooky. And there were, this year has been a lot of horror movies in the theater, because when I sit down for the show, I will go through my ticket stubs because I can't always remember, like, what all did I see in this, window of time. But a lot of horror movies the last few months, because this month alone, I saw 3 horror films, brand new ones. Which I think that's a good amount for a 30-day span. Yeah, it's almost one a week. First up, I saw the action horror film They Will Kill You. I liked it, but honestly, it was kind of forgettable.
I figured it would be. I saw tons and tons of trailers for it.
Oh yeah,
tons of them, and I was like, it's not gonna be good.
Well, it came out right after Ready or Not, Here I Come, the sequel to Ready or Not. And Ready or Not is like a being hunted by a bunch of people horror movie, which I didn't think helped.
Yeah.
And because I remember when I saw the trailer, I was like, we've been seeing a lot of this kind of thing lately, like, one person versus everybody horror thing. It was fun. It had a pretty solid story. The director really must have watched Kill Bill like 100 times, because the movie was stylistically very Kill Bill.
Okay.
In a fun way. I mean, it looked great, and it had some cool twists and turns. I really enjoyed it. I really did. So, but it wasn't like memorable, deeply memorable for me, but I did like it. Same thing with like the Ready or Not, Here I Come. I think we talked about that last month, but I liked it, but it wasn't the first movie, but the first movie was perfect. So, but I dug They Will Kill You. If you like action and horror and it's still in theaters, because it didn't do very well, I would go catch it. But then I saw the remake of Faces of Death. Do you even know about Faces of Death, Chell, or is that outside of your pay grade?
I know what it is. I know I've heard of it before.
We should watch it sometime. Okay. The original, I mean, not the sequel or the remake. It's mostly fake. Like almost all of it is fake. It was just sold as real. But yeah, it was the idea that it was like real death on film. So the remake, they went with this guy is killing people and recreating the fake death scenes from Faces of Death, but making them real and then posting it on social media.
Okay.
And the woman who figures it out is somebody who works at that social media company in content moderation, because they're telling her, like, there's no way this is real because it looks like it's cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out the guy is like filming them super cinematic to make it seem like they're fake, which I did think was really funny. I was like, that would be how to do it, actually. Would be like have really good lighting and multiple cameras when you're actually killing somebody. People would be like, that can't be real. Look at it. It looks like a movie. So, but it was fun. The leading actress I thought was not the best choice to be the lead. When things got really, really serious, when she got like super emotional, at one point she like screamed for her life, and I tried not to laugh because she just made like an odd face. It was just, you know what I mean? And she wasn't a bad actress by any stretch. There were just moments where I was like, yeah, but it was really fun. It kept me on the edge. The ending was pretty good. So yeah, Faces of Death, that was a pretty cool one. And then finally, and most insane of all of them, I saw Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
Oh, yeah. How was that?
Insane.
Yeah.
It was demented and gross and disturbing. It was extremely Evil Dead-like, which makes sense because Lee Cronin's previous movie was Evil Dead Rise, which was actually funny. Somebody commented when I said I saw it and said, like, this guy clearly just wanted to make an Evil Dead movie. And I commented, went, again, you mean? Like, you wanted to make another Evil Dead movie?
Yeah.
But it's not a typical mummy story. They really kind of turn mummies into more of like almost an infectious curse instead of just like a shambling old skeleton. So it's not, to me, it wasn't much of a mummy movie. It was much more like kind of just a like ancient Middle Eastern demon story.
Okay.
Which is cool. I love the imagery from that. Like, I love scarabs. I love like the hieroglyphics. You know, that stuff is cool. So I had a good time with it. It was creepy. It played up a lot of the fears we have of like letting down people we love, which is always fun in horror to make us think about that kind of stuff. Thanks, Lee Cronin, who apparently was working through the death of his own mother when he made the film. And the ending was kind of like, it seemed kind of out of nowhere, but also, to be honest, when the ending felt like it came out of nowhere, I was like, well, I was just thinking, how the hell can they even end this? They made everything go so insane. So I liked it. Lee Cronin's The Mummy, and people seem to really be digging it. It looks like it's doing pretty well at the box office. So yeah, I say Lee Cronin's The Mummy was really fun.
Yay.
So what do you got for me, Chell?
So I have something, I guess, from the Glitch in the Matrix Reddit, subreddit, that, you know, I'll have to see how you feel about this. But so anyway, there's this, let's say they're a guy. I don't know what they are. This guy who, normally for work gets up at 6:00. So on the weekends, he also just wakes up at 6, you know, by habit.
Yeah.
And normally he goes back to sleep, but for whatever reason on this Saturday, he was like, no, I'm going to actually get up at 6 and like just get stuff done. He gets up and he's like, I want to get breakfast from somewhere. So where's open? And he sees that Wendy's is open. So he orders through the app and he goes to the Wendy's and he picks up the food and he comes back home and he eats the food and it's very good.
Sponsored next day, by Wendy's.
Okay. Yes. Yay. That was the whole thing. The next day, he's like out driving around and he passes by the Wendy's and sees that it is closed permanently and boarded up. And he's like, I was just there yesterday morning. What? And he finds out that it has been closed for months. So he didn't get food from there. And also, I don't like that face that you're making.
Go on, please.
So he's just like, what the fuck? I went to the Wendy's. And he has a receipt from the Wendy's. And he sees, he can look at his like location, you know, like on Google where it says like, here's where you were on the little thing. You can see where you went on Google Maps and stuff.
Yeah.
He was at that Wendy's. So he didn't go to a different Wendy's. He went to that Wendy's, but it's not open and it hasn't been open. And he doesn't know what's going on.
The reason I was making that face is, number one, fast food restaurants are meant to be interchangeable. like physically for the most part.
Yeah.
If he were to show a receipt with that address on it, I guess I would wonder more. But the other reason I was making that face is Wendy's is having a really hard time economically. Like their company's struggling. Like my Wendy's that I've been going to, the closest one to my house, it's been there for 15, 16 years. It just closed.
Yeah.
Like Wendy's has really been struggling, especially after COVID when like the pay went way up. McDonald's and them all raised their wages a lot. Wendy's couldn't keep up. So I feel for Wendy's because I do think their food is superior in general. Like when they raised their prices, I was like, their burger is the better of all the burgers you can get through a drive-through. But then it's become really inconsistent because a lot of the locations are suffering. They're not being able to hire good people and So that's why I was making that face mostly was just like, there are closed Wendy's all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I could totally see my for myself, like confusing myself and be like, no, I just went there when in reality I went to the other one.
Yeah. I mean, and I would believe that too, but he does have a receipt from that address Wendy's. Yeah. And it does show that that's the Wendy's that he went to, that he traveled to. So I don't really know what to make of that. Also, I will say in my area, I know where one Wendy's is. Like, I don't have another Wendy's I could confuse with that Wendy's.
See, I have like, even though the Wendy's closest to me is gone, there's another one just like another half a mile or mile away.
Yeah, I just have the one. So I don't know.
Or so you think. Actually, I know exactly where your Wendy's is. Because it's on the way when I leave or come or arrive to your area. I see the Wendy's.
Yeah, that's the Wendy's.
I want Wendy's.
Yeah.
It worked.
There you
Send
go.
us the check, Wendy's.
Yeah.
No, that one would throw me because honestly I could see it happening to me, not with the receipt and everything, but I could see being like, wasn't I just there? Like and then coming home and seeing like a Wendy's cup and be like, dude, I was there yesterday, right? The other problem is being like, I was just there, wasn't I? And in reality, it's like, no, that was 7 days ago. Yesterday, you were at the different one.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Cause if they're doing their job right, then the experience is identical. That's like the whole goal.
Yeah. Once again, it would have to be dependent on the area. Because again, like I couldn't go to a different Wendy's. I just go to the Wendy's. So
now I'm wondering if there's another Wendy's.
There's probably like 50, but I just know about one.
You open your front door and the house across the street is a Wendy's?
Yeah. Huh.
That's queer. How odd.
But I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, if you have evidence to back it up, because then you looked at and like that's where he went. I don't know what that means, except that maybe it's not a true story at all.
I mean, I think at best, he's either, easily like got confused from the whole thing and it's really creepy. Or at worst, he's a liar, or at even better, alternate universe. Yeah. Where that Wendy's is open.
And somehow
did he notice anything else weird? Like all the people were apes or anything while he was there?
He didn't say that, but he might have.
Okay. Well, that's good to know at least.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that was a pretty good one, Chell.
Thanks.
You did good. You did good today.
Thank you.
Also, I'm just really hungry, and now I want Wendy's. So, well, thank you, Chell, for that one. And thank you to Wendy's for hopefully paying us for that.
Yes.
But, well, I guess we're going to get out of here. So I really do appreciate you guys all listening to Monthly Spooky. We'll, of course, be back next month on the last Monday to bring you all the spooky news you need to know. And some topic I'll think of right before we record, usually in the shower before we record is when I figure out the topic. So, but remember, if you love what we're doing here and you want to support us in a very direct way, go to weeklyspooky.com/join and sign up for our Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Get 2 bonus shows every month and my undying gratitude, as well as over 5 years of exclusive creepypasta readings and audiobooks at weeklyspooky.com/join. So we'll see you guys next time. Michelle, you have the final word.
Oh, like I didn't have anything prepared.